Hello, everybody. Hello, Lone Star Zine Fest world. If everything is working right, we should be live on YouTube. And we're super glad that y'all stopped by. We've got some super exciting content for you guys today. We're gonna kick everything off at the 5th annual Lone Star Zine Fest with Leticia. And she's from Austin Batcave, and she's gonna show us how to make a mini zine. But I'm gonna make a couple of announcements first. First, I really want to thank everybody who's helped put this together this year, especially Angel and Marlon and our ever awesome poster artist and logo designer, Michelle. So thanks everybody for all your help making this crazy virtual situation possible. So bear with us. Normally we like to do like this whole get all the bodies in one room together thing. And this year, of course, that's not possible. So if we've learned anything, it's that nobody's in control of anything, and you're probably going to hear my dog barking at some point during this fest. So unlike previous years, pets are welcome at this year's Lone Star Zine Fest. So wish us luck and sit back and enjoy the show. We're gonna have, like I said, this mini zine workshop, and then we're going to have at 1 o'clock our first batch of pre-recorded table talks. They vary wildly in all kinds of content, and they're really charming and wonderful. So you're really gonna wanna tune in at 1 o'clock for those. Those will be about a half an hour, and then we'll have live tabling here on Zoom, live streamed out to YouTube. And you can ask questions in the YouTube chat if you want to, and we'll pull them over into the Zoom and we'll ask them live. We'll ask the tablers whatever you want to ask them. So tune in for that as well. And then we'll have 2 more blocks of videos, and then we'll have more live tabling. So we'll sign off around 3:30. So it'll be a pleasant afternoon if you choose to hang out all day. Also, just a couple quick notes about interacting with the fest. Pardon me. Oh, I see, in the closed captioning. Yeah, tell me what that question is a little bit more. I can turn on closed captioning, or people can on their end. I'm not sure which we prefer. Let me know in the chat, please. Anyway, my other thing I was gonna say is whatever the free closed captioning is really annoying because it doesn't recognize the word zine. So I don't know, make a drinking game out of it maybe. It's super annoying, but it is kind of amusing. So go ahead and put your questions in the chat. Like I said, we welcome your conversation. If anybody starts harassing anybody, you'll be warned one time, and then we're gonna boot you out of there. So be nice to everybody. And here we are. We're as together as we can be, so let's have a zine fest. Leticia, you wanna take it away?
Sure, thanks, Jennifer. I'm super excited to be here. As Jennifer said, my name is Leticia Urieta. I'm the Regional Program Manager for Austin Batcave, which is a local nonprofit organization that offers free creative writing programming to youth and students all over Austin, including in Del Valley, Manor, and now Pflugerville. But I'm also really excited to be here because this is like I think my 4th time maybe being a part of Zine Fest and offering this zine tutorial. I am a longtime youth educator, but I also am a zinester, zine creator on my own, and have been part of other zine communities. And I'm just really excited to be here. Even though it's, virtual, which is, sometimes can be kind of tricky, but I think it's great that we're still able to kind of make this space for one another. So thank you for joining and for taking the time. And just so you know, this zine tutorial is going to be kind of a beginner's intro to zine making. So, if you have made lots and lots of mini zines before and you just want to hang out and create one again, great. if you don't know anything about zine making, or if you're curious and you just want to learn a little bit more, this is a great place for you to start. So I'm going to share my screen just to kind of give you a little bit more info about what you're going to need. Sorry, real quick here. So before we start the actual creation of your mini zine, which I'll talk about it a little bit more in just a second, you're going to need just a few more materials for this activity. So you're going to need at least one sheet of paper, if not more. You might want to grab a couple in case you want to make multiple zines or in case you mess up and you want to try again. It can be notebook paper, construction paper, but if you're just getting started, plain copy paper like this is good to start with. You're going to need a pen or pencil, just depending on what you generally like to use. I'm a little bit more devil may care, so sometimes I'm just like, go straight in with a pen, and I have my little cute Harry Potter pen that my aunt got me here. And you're going to need a pair of scissors. And later, when you're continuing to work on your zine, you can incorporate color into your zine and more illustrations by using colored pencils or markers, or even paint if you kind of like to go that route. And if you're like me and you like to doodle maybe, but you're not a super strong visual artist, you can also use discarded magazines and glue sticks, and you can kind of incorporate collage and other elements. And I'll show you an example of that in just a minute. So why don't we take like just 30 seconds to a minute to go grab your materials. And while you're doing that, I'll just kind of talk a little bit more about mini zines and kind of what kind of zines you'll be seeing today. So, zines, one thing that I love about them is that they really can be about a multitude of things. They can be about literally whatever you want. They, can be whatever size. So, from kind of even like tiny little zines all the way to, full page ones that even open out into like posters, which is, I think I have one from a Zine Fest 2 years ago that is like that. And they can be about literally whatever you want. And so if you stick around, you're going to get to see a lot of different types of zines that from the exhibitors later that might kind of incorporate just art. Some of them might incorporate like poetry or prose. Some of them might be informational. I've seen ones about like how to repair your bike, how to plant a garden, and then other ones that are more kind of about identity, right? So that might talk about gender identity. I just purchased one recently about being gender fluid. There's ones that are kind of like informational, that have to do with like social justice and trying to get information about how to fight for specific causes that you might be interested in. So really, zines are for everybody. They should be accessible to everybody at any age. I've seen a 3-year-old make a zine all the way to a 95-year-old. So they're for everybody, and that's one of the things I love about zines. So I think probably we've had enough time to gather our materials. So I'm just going to give you a little bit more background into zines and kind of specifically mini zines. So my slide will allow. And you are going to get a link to this Google slide presentation that I'm using. So you'll be able to access the links that I'm showing you here. So just right off the bat, what is a zine? A zine is short for magazine. And really it's anything that is a self-published pamphlet, book, or magazine. Generally though, when you see zines, they are kind of DIY, they're self-published, but even more than that, they kind of have a radical history of, people sharing their work and their thoughts um, outside of mainstream media and outside of like mainstream publishing. So people are kind of making them on their own. They're not waiting to ask permission for them. And that's another thing I really love about it, is that they can um, really get your work and your ideas out into the community and into people's hands in a much faster way, which is one of the great things about zine festivals like this. Um, and this is a link that I highly recommend you explore from the UT Austin Zine Archive collection that gives you kind of a history of zines. Zines have been around for a long time, from the sci-fi fan zines of the 1930s through several civil rights movements and trans and queer folks who were making zines to kind of organize. Student organizations were making pamphlets and zines to talk about marches that were coming up, to educate people about how to access voting rights. And that's still happening today. And then, you had the Riot Girl zines of the 1980s that was kind of celebrating women in punk rock. And now zines, like I said, can be so many, many different things. They really do contain multitudes, which is so exciting. So we're going to get into kind of how to fold a zine in just a second. But before we do that, I wanted to just talk a little bit more about mini zines specifically. When I first got started in zines, I learned how to make mini zines because it's one of those formats that I think it's just a lot of fun, and it's a little bit easier to make than the kind of full half-page zine. And so mini zines, some I've seen ones that are, really, really teeny tiny like that can fit in your pocket. But the ones I'm talking about are kind of this like 4 by 3.5. And they really can be a lot of fun to get started with. So I'm just going to show you a couple of examples. So this one is from the Austin Bat Refuge. It's funny because almost every week we'll get a call or an email from someone at Austin Bat Cave that is asking about the bats. And we're not associated with the Bat Refuge, but we love them and we support them and everything they do for the Mexican fruit-tailed bats here that are native to this area. And so I actually got this really cute little mini zine I'm going to show you. It's called I'm a Bat, from the Austin Bat Refuge. And this one is kind of like a zine / pamphlet, because when you open it up, it has all this different information about the bats that are native to this area. And it's cute though, because it can also open up into a full page pamphlet, and you can kind of see a little bit more information about the bats and what the Bat Refuge does. And then on the back, it has this cute QR code, which is something really cool that if you are able to, you can include in your zines that makes them kind of more interactive. So that one I really love. Another one that I recently bought from an artist named Zyra. They go by at Honey Love Art on Instagram. And this one they made is called Spooky and Unusual Plants, a mini zine. And I'm really into anything supernatural and kind of spirit related. I love Halloween. It's my favorite holiday. And so this was one that I bought around that time. I'm always just counting down to Halloween. So, this is a good excuse for me to start thinking about it. But this one is really cool because it incorporates some collage and like mixtures of different papers, but it's also handwritten. And this one is all about plants that are kind of creepy. For instance, the corpse flower. And so the artist cut out a photo of the corpse flower and then wrote information about it, and even drew little flies around it because the corpse flower is a very stinky flower, and that's kind of what it's known for. And so I just really love this kind of multimedia creative way that this artist did this. and made it really interactive and fun. And then the really cool thing, and this is one of the things I love about mini zines, is the back part is a collage of pumpkins, which is very cute. Y'all can see that. So that's that one. And then finally, this is one that I actually created and I'm still working on. It's called Create a Potion. One of our Halloween themed programs that we did for one of our after school programs in Del Valley was one of our instructors asked us to make zines about what ingredients we would put into a creativity potion. And so for me, I made it almost kind of like a little children's book. And so I said, like, the buzzing of the bee represents what the sound inside your mind, and kind of each page is focused on a different ingredient that I would put into my creativity potion. And then at the end, I ask, what would you put into your creativity potion? And so this is a zine that I probably would make for kids and maybe share it with them. One of the things I'm thinking about, though, is this part is in English, but I think what I want to do is flip it over, and on the inside part, I want to make it reversible and make it bilingual in Spanish. So we'll see, but that's kind of my idea. So like I said, mini zines like this have about 4 pages, so they're pretty low stakes. You don't have to spend, you can spend as much time as you want to working on them, and they're not super, super, super complicated. They're as complicated as you want them to be. So that's why I think it's a good place to get started. So having said that, I guess maybe I'll just pause for a second. Jennifer and Angel, are we getting any questions before I move on to the tutorial part?
Not yet, but we're having great feedback. So everybody's loving this stuff. Great. Okay. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Thank you. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and get us started with the tutorial, and I'm going to show you this slide right here that I think will kind of be helpful for you to see a little bit, and then I'm actually going to show you and walk you through it as well. So to make the mini zine, what you're going to do is you're going to take your paper and fold it in half long ways, or hot dog style. I was an elementary teacher, so that's just my terminology, my go-to terminology. And then you're going to fold it in half once, and then you're going to fold it in half again until it is that kind of, like I said, 4.5 by like 3.5 page size. And then once you unfold the paper, you should have 8 squares, enough for the front cover and the back cover, and then the inside pages. Then you're going to fold it in half hamburger style, or, short ways, I guess. And you're going to cut along the folded edge here, just to this middle point, so that when you unfold it again, it kind of has this slit in the middle here. And then you're going to fold it in half long ways again. And because that slit is there, when you push the pieces together, kind of like making a star, and you push them all the way till they meet in the center, it's going to fold over and make your little booklet. I'll come back to this in just a second, but for now, I'm going to actually show you, and we'll do it together. And then if you have any questions, we can pause and go over that. So the page that I'm going to use actually already has writing on it. And if I can just shout out another zine author that I really like, this is by an artist named Remy. And she has a zine press that she has created called Peachy Keen Zine Press, where she does lots of cute little hand illustrated calendars and zines. She has one that we just purchased actually for one of our programs about food advocacy and food writing in our program in Del Valley. And it's all about her food memories, and even has like little recipes. So highly recommend checking her out on Instagram. And if you follow her newsletter, she has monthly zines that she creates and shares, and you can actually get them for free and print them. And so this is one of them, which I think is just so wonderful and generous of her to share that creativity with us. And it's called Consumed, if you can see that, in the month of March. And it's really just kind of celebrating and reflecting on, you know, what kind of music you were listening to this month, what were you reading, and then like what kind of TV have you been watching. And I just think that's really fun as someone who likes to journal and you know, do a lot of kind of reflecting at the end of a month, especially as we enter the spring equinox. So I'm going to use this as my page, but yours can be blank, doesn't have to have anything on it. And I'm going to give you some prompts here in a little bit to help you create your own zine. So like I said, since I want this to be my front cover, I'm going to fold it this way. So I'm going to fold it in half long ways. I'm going to try to make sure that the camera can pick all of this up. And you want to kind of make sure, see how I'm trying to match the corners together? Like that. You want to kind of make sure that you're matching the corners so that when everything is folded and cut, the pages don't look too uneven. But also be kind to yourself. This is fun. This is not supposed to be something that has to be perfect. I know some of us can get into perfection mode, but mine never come out perfect. One thing you can do though is if you have nails, if you want to kind of crease the edge like that, or, and if I had a table and I was in person, this would be a little bit easier to see, but you can run your pen along there on a flat surface, and that can also help you get that nice crease. So now I'm going to take my long piece of paper and I'm going to fold it in half so the edges meet here. I think y'all can see that okay. There we go. And again, try to get that crease nice and tight there. See, here's my cover. And so, and this is my back cover right here. And so now I'm just going to fold it over one more time. And this will be the actual size of your zine. Like that. But we're not done yet. One of the things about mini zines in this particular fold is, unlike other zines that are kind of the full half page, which are about that size, those usually require a staple, and you use the long range stapler for that, which, you know, happy to give more information about those. Or sometimes people will use a saddle stitch where they will actually stitch yarn or thread through to kind of bind the book together. What I love about this fold is that you don't need to do that for this kind of zine, and I'll show you why. So now that you've folded it, you're going to unfold it, and you should have 8 kind of rectangular pieces, 4 on each side now. And so now you're going to fold it the wide ways or the short ways here. Can y'all see that okay? And it should have this folded edge here. So you should have 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're going to take your trusty scissors and you are going to cut, as we saw in that diagram, along the folded edge. Make sure you're cutting along the folded edge and not the open edge, because if you cut along this edge, what's going to happen is your paper is going to fall apart. So you're going to cut along this folded edge just to right here. And if you look at it, it's almost like your paper can do the can, right? It's got these little flaps here. And now you're going to unfold it again. And you see, kind of like in that diagram that I showed you, it has that little slit. Again, if you're a Harry Potter fan, it kind of looks like the Howler. That's what I like to say. with the talking mouth. And so then you're going to fold it again long ways. And then it has that kind of star-shaped, oh, you can see my face through it, that star-shaped quality to it. And now you're just going to push those ends together and kind of crease those edges. And then fold it one more time. And voila, you have your mini zine. And this one you can kind of see because they're supposed to be full pages. So what have I been watching? What am I reading? What have I been listening to? And then the back page with the logo on it. Obviously yours won't have that yet. You're going to be creating something different, but this is just to kind of give you an example. So I'm going to show that slide one more time just so you can kind of see and make sure you're doing it right. Any questions coming up so far?
Still no questions. Yes, if anybody has questions, please go ahead and drop them in the chat or specifically in YouTube chat, and then we can ask over here. But no, everybody's loving it. I've shared that link on the YouTube chat as well for the presentation. So that should be great.
Awesome. Thank you, Angel. Okay, so again, this is kind of what I just went through with you. If you have any questions, like Angel said, please put them in the chat. And what I'm going to do right now is, oh yeah, Jennifer, that sounds great. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to share some prompts with you. I can get my slides to go real quick. There we go. And these are just some ideas, but just because I figured since zines can be made about anything, I didn't want you to get too overwhelmed with that. But I wanted to kind of give you an understanding of what one type of zine that I've seen throughout this pandemic has been, which is called a quarantine. If you look it up on Instagram or, you know, just hashtag quarantine, you'll see lots and lots of different types of zines that people have been creating kind of about life in quarantine, about how people are navigating the pandemic, and, you know, even information about that and tips, you know, for your self-care and mental health. So it's actually pretty cool. And so I've given you a couple of prompts. You can feel free to use these, or you can make one about whatever you want. Make it about your favorite cupcake. Make it about, you know, what you're looking forward to later today, since you're, you know, enjoying your Sunday. Make it about WandaVision or your favorite Marvel character. You know, I don't know. I was just watching WandaVision, so that's on my mind. Yeah, create a zine about something you learned during the past year in quarantine. And so maybe you can, if you're thinking about how you want to structure your zine, you could, you know, have it be like what I learned this year. And then each page can be a different thing that you learned. It could be a skill. And then you could also share something that you're grateful for right now. And again, each page could be a different thing that you're grateful for, or you could combine all of these prompts and make it one zine. And then you could also do something that you're hopeful about, or something that you hope to be able to do soon, especially as more vaccinations are coming out. And, you know, my hope is that things will start to improve. I think that's a hope for all of us. And so that could be, each page could be something that you're hopeful for, or like I said, combine all of these prompts into one zine. So one page could be something you learned this year. The next page could be something you're grateful for right now. And then the last page can be something that you hope to be able to do soon. And I actually did that for a 2021 mini zine that I did with zine creator and author Austin Kleon for a quarantine workshop that he did for Austin Batcave students. So I'm going to leave this slide up. And I think what we can do is we're going to do 10 minutes of working, and I'm going to let you kind of work on your zines. And then I'm going to come back and we will talk a little bit about what you do once you've created your zine. How can you engage and share your work? How can you engage with other zine creators? And then we'll kind of go from there and wrap up, and I'll share some additional resources with you. And then Jennifer will kind of transition us into the next part, talking about the exhibitors that are going to be sharing their work today. So I'm going to put our timer on for, let's see, 10 minutes. And I'm also going to play some music. So I'll turn off my video and play some music for us real quick. Bear with me. Okay, hopefully y'all can hear that okay. Then I will share my screen again. We'll coffee house music for us. Okay. I'll see y'all back here in 10. Okay, what a perfect ending. So yeah, I hope that that was fun, that you at least got to fold your zine and maybe kind of start designing it. Sometimes if you're getting a little bit of zine creator's block, what I like to do is I like to take a sticky note or another kind of piece of paper, and I like to storyboard out what each page is going to look like. Just so, you know, for those perfectionists out there who need a little bit more time to plan out what they're going to do, you can have an idea like that. I worked a little bit more on my consumed month of March zine. I added some new music I'm listening to and some things that some songs I've kind of revisited. And I think what I might do next with this one is color it however I want to. And that's kind of nice because, like I said, not to say that I don't like to draw, I love to draw, but I'm not a super strong visual artist. So I kind of like that all the illustrations are already there. And now all I have to do is kind of color it in, almost like a little coloring book, which is really cool. I don't know. Oh, cool. Okay, questions. Yes.
Yes, we actually have a couple of questions. One of the questions was, when folding the zine, does it matter which side in the end you end up in folding it? And I believe, yeah, go ahead.
If it's blank, no, it really doesn't. So, you know, that's kind of the cool thing about it, is that it can be reversible, right? So kind of like I showed you with the spooky plant zine, this one, right, is the one that the artist wrote all the information on, but then on the other side, she used, oops, sorry if I can get it open. She used the other page to do the pumpkins. And so that's, you know, you can kind of reverse it and fold it the same way. So in this case, no, it doesn't.
Excellent. Another question we had here. Let's see. So somebody asked specifically, where do you distribute or find different zines? And there are a couple of them in town, like the Austin Public Library obviously hosts a big collection of zines, but also a local bookshop like the Monkey Ranch also has some for sale. And I don't know if you may have some suggestions as well.
Well, I see Spend Time is on here. I've actually purchased and given my own zines to them before, and that's been really exciting. I have a chapbook called The Monster, which is it's a chapbook that was illustrated by an artist, Lucero Hernandez, out of Houston. And it's an illustrated version of my short story from my collection that's coming out this year. And so Libro Mobile Press, which is in Santana, California, they printed that for me, and I've distributed that around a few places. But yeah, to Spend Time, I've donated zines to the Austin Public Library Zine Library. And just to kind of give you an idea, I also love to travel around to zine festivals. So obviously the Lone Star Zine Fest is one, but when travel is a little bit more possible and when some of these in-person zine festivals can happen more, you can find them in almost every state. But I've been to the Houston Zine Festival. The San Antonio Zine Festival is always really cool as well. And then I got to go to the one in Orange County, which was very cool. And because of that, I actually have an entire box just full of zines that either I've collected from different places, and I need to display them better somewhere in my room, but I like to take this around. And then I also have mini zines from workshops that I've done over the last several years at the San Antonio Book Festival, and then also at UT. So yes, lots of different places, but zine festivals are a good place to access zines for sure.
Excellent, thank you. And yes, we just want to also remind everyone there is an Austin Zine Friends Facebook group. They could get information there, lonestarzinefest.org. And yes, because of the pandemic, a lot of things are closed, but yes, a lot of the websites will be available for like Sherwood Forest Zine and the Spend Time Zine. They're great also. So
yeah. Any other questions that are coming up?
let's see. I believe that was actually it. Yeah, of our questions. Yeah.
Well, if anything else comes up, just let me know. But I'm gonna pop right back over to my Google Slides. And like I said, the link for this will be shared in the YouTube and in the Zoom, I believe. So you should have the access to the whole slide. So you can come back to these prompts and links as well. But I just wanted to kind of give you some ideas about, once your zine is created, sometimes zines are just for you. I like to create zines just for myself, and sometimes I just kind of keep them, and sometimes I might display them somewhere in my house, or I might just put them away in my little box, and that's my little treasure. But sometimes you might want to share them with people, and so I just wanted to give you some tips about like, what do you do with your zine once it's done? So some ideas. Sorry, I don't know if you can hear my family running around in the background. So yeah, what's next after you make your zine? So the first thing, if you wanted to distribute it to other people, would be to make a copy of it. One thing that I would suggest is, especially if you're just starting out, you can go make copies at Kinko's or Office Depot or Office Max. I guess they're like one thing now, but or if you have a printer copier at home, you can do it there. And what you would do is you would copy the full page with all the writing on it like this, and then you would be able to really easily fold them again, just following the same steps that you did beforehand. And so that's my suggestion for when people are making copies. And like this one, the artist knew that it was going to be easier for her to share this in a PDF, and then people would just be able to print them pretty easily because it's all in black and white. That's something that I like to do, and that's one of the reasons why I did kind of black ink on this zine. But what you can do is, just because when you're copying, like sometimes color doesn't always transfer very well across copies. But what you can do is you can make kind of black and white illustrations, but you can have, you can print it on colored paper like this, and that adds kind of a different element to it. So there's lots of different options, just depends on what you have access to. And then, thinking about how you want to share your zine. So, I love giving zines as gifts, especially to friends. And it's actually my goal this year. I saw this design on Etsy that I want to try to do little tiny zines as earrings. So don't tell my friends, but that's something I want to try to do this year for them, maybe as gifts. But yeah, zines are great gifts, especially during those times when you want to make something wonderful and heartfelt for someone, but maybe you don't have as much money. Zines are economical, and actually, my good friend Marilise, who's another zine stirring creator, made these for us for all their friends, and just used little kind of string tie, and it was one of the most heartfelt, beautiful little gifts I got this Christmas. So just something to think about. And you can donate your zine to Zine Libraries. So the downtown location of the Austin Public Library has a wonderful zine library, and I've actually written about it for the Chronicle, that has lots of different, types of zines to it, and you can donate and it will be cataloged in their online catalog. The Sherwood Zine Library and kind of online catalog also is a great place to donate. UT has an archive for zines, and they actually have a really cool collection. And then, think about like fun ways that you could do that, like leave your zine on a shelf somewhere and maybe someone will find it, or, leave it on a bench somewhere and maybe that's a place that someone will find it. You never know who needs your zine. So just something to think about. And when you're able, you can start creating your zines and selling them different places. You can table at events like this. You can start getting into like zine collectives even. There's the Puro Chingon Zine Collective here in Austin. There's Chiflada Zine in San Antonio, created by my friend Claudia Cardona. There's Yes Ma'am Zine. So there's lots and lots of different zines where groups of people have gotten together and take submissions even. So lots and lots of different possibilities for how you can share your ideas, your work. But the thing I would want to leave you with, and hopefully you get to see that a little bit more through the exhibits and the exhibitioners and who are sharing their zines, is you should never have to ask permission to share your zine. Just make it, copy it, and get it out into the world. And this is just a picture of one of my favorite zine libraries and distribution centers in Arizona called Wasted Ink Zine Distro. And they just moved locations, and I just love the setup that they have here in this picture. So, and I know Spend Time also has a really cool setup on a wall like this as well here in Austin. So, and these are just some of the places I mentioned where you can share your work, and a little bit more about Quaranzines and some other zine festivals. So again, you'll have access to this Google slide, so you can check out these links. And finally, don't forget to check out Austin Batcave programs. Our website is austinbatcave.org. The link is here. And if you want additional writing prompts and creative activities for you and your family, especially if you have younger kiddos all the way to high school students, we actually have a weekly newsletter that we are putting out. We've been doing that for about a year now, since the pandemic started last year in March. And we share weekly writing prompts, tutorials and videos, and lots of different resources, including book recommendations, so that, you know, if you're still wanting to promote writing at home and you're not sure how, we're trying to give you as many resources and options as possible. And then we do have all of our spring and summer camps and programs that are going to be virtual through the summer on Zoom, and all of them are free. So we have a bunch of really cool ones coming up, including a speculative fiction camp, science fiction camp, poetry camp. We have a really cool journaling program that's coming up in April. So please check out our website, sign up for programs, share with people you think would be interested, and we'd love to see you there. Yeah. So I think that's it for me.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I don't know if there's any other questions that came up before I kind of hand it back over to you, Jennifer.
People just wanted to know if you will show how to make zine earrings. That's great. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see if I can track down something to put in the slide, but yeah, I've never made them before. I imagine that it's pretty much just buying the hook and stuff from, you know, Michael's or wherever you get your crafts, and then attaching it. Like, I think you just have to make a little tiny zine, kind of like the one I showed you that my friend Marilise made, and do a little hole punch. Just make it so it's not super heavy, but that's my plan anyway, but new territory for me, so yeah. Cool.
I love it.
Thanks so much for having me. I so appreciate spending time with the Lone Star Zine Fest, and I hope you'll have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you. Nice to see you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, folks, we are going to take a very, very short break. We are going to, let's see. We're going to take a very short break, and we'll be back at 1 o'clock with some pre-recorded videos, which will be super great. So check that out at 1 o'clock. And until then, just kind of hang tight. Go get you a refreshment. Welcome back to Lone Star Zine Fest, everybody. It's our 5th annual Lone Star Zine Fest. If you are just now tuning in, you missed a really great zine workshop that Leticia from Austin Batcave did, but that's okay because we recorded it. So you can tune in to our Facebook page or our Instagram after the fact, and you can see this whole dang festival. So if your friends missed it, and you're loving it, tell them all about it, around the water cooler on Monday morning. I don't know. Send them a note and tell them they can check it out. All right. Now we're going to go into some pre-recorded videos. These are going to be really fun. So hang on tight. You can chat in the YouTube chat if you want to ask questions, and some of the folks whose videos you're watching will be in there and they can answer them. Feel free to drop your shop links in the chat, zine folks. And everybody who's watching, make sure you go and buy some zines, for crying out loud. We have some on our merch mart, which you can find the link on our website at loneStarZineFest.org. We've got this awesome comp zine with 23 of today's participating zinesters in it. And then we've got all kinds of other merch, stickers, buttons, all kinds of good stuff. Check it out. Go ahead over to the merch mart, and we'll see you back here after these wonderful videos roll.
seeing you. Thanks for stopping by my table. I expect to see you at 6 p.m. for my panel, all right? Oh, that guy. Sorry about the delay there. You know how conventions are. It's like a family reunion. If you have any questions about anything, don't hesitate to ask, okay? I will be happy to answer any questions you got. Oh, yeah. This one right here. Well, these are the first two issues of my comic series, It's Just Another Day. So what I did was I took the webcomic that I worked, 9 years on until completion, and then I've started slowly but surely doing a reboot/rebuild of it. Oh, and now these right here. Wow. This one, which has been sold at Quimby's in Chicago, is family-friendly Little Boy Jake zine. It's about growing up, coping with your fears, that kind of thing, and learning that sometimes it's all in your head. Both a little bit of mystery that maybe sometimes it's not. Intriguing, right? This one I just made, actually, and it debuted at the Wasted Ink Zine Distro's grand opening in Arizona. So nobody outside that store has seen this one yet. It is all about my sequel webcomic, The Year of Reflection. This takes place right after Chapter 2, which all of this you can see at my website, bchcomics.com. And it just talks about, growing up around musicians, not being one yourself. Let me tell you, there's a lot of self-esteem or lack thereof that comes with that. That leads right into this, actually. My father was a musician known as Nicodemus, and this is the last album he did before his passing in 2013. But yeah, this one, I have a little zine that goes along with it, talks about how the album came to be and all the pitfalls that occurred along the way. Please feel free to take a business card. Those are free. But like I said, feel free to look around. And you enjoying the convention so far?
Perceive Cantonese identity to be. And I'm the curator and editor of Canto Cutie Zine. Canto Cutie holds a space for those who identify as Cantonese to create and show their work. Canto Cutie contains work from artists and writers of the Cantonese diaspora to define what it means to be Cantonese. Volume 1 came out July of 2020, featuring the artwork and writing of over 10 different artists. The cover art is done by Z-Cam, another Austin-based artist. It is full color and over 100 pages. You can read this for free on our site or buy a copy for $25 at cantocutie.com. Volume 2 just got released February of 2021. This volume features the work of over 20 artists all around the world, and it's full color, over 150 pages, and again, has poetry, writing, artwork, and more, and a lot of people defining what they perceive Cantonese identity to be. Every order that comes in the month of March from Lone Star Zine Fest will come with a holographic Canto Cutie sticker. Canto Cutie is a zine that's inclusive of all narratives. Anyone who self-identifies as Cantonese, whether linguistically, culturally, or ancestrally, may submit work to our zine. The modern-day Kanto Cutie is inclusive of all gender and sexual identities, abilities, and transcends modern geopolitical boundaries. Thank you, Lone Star Zine Fest. I'll see you next year.
Hi, I'm Karina Killjoy, the disabled and chronically ill queer femme survivor behind Femfilth Press. My zines are informed by my lived experience and center themes like radical self-love, friendships, healing, mental health, trauma recovery, and community care. My mission is to help empower fellow survivors to move from surviving to thriving. And I hope that my zines inspire you and offer you hope and teach you practical coping skills and can serve as a pocket-sized companion and friend that reminds you you're not alone, because you really, really aren't. So I wanted to share a few of my zines with you so you can get a better idea of my work. The Little Book of Affirmations for Survivors, which I'm doing a reading for the Zine Fest, is a gorgeous zine of 35 plus trauma-informed affirmations for survivors by a survivor. I wrote this zine because I needed it, and I know lots of other folks do too, because as survivors, we don't get the affirmation we need from our friends, families, or communities. And I also have Friendships as Resistance, Creating Communities of Care, Part 2, which is a rainbow-tastic zine about my experiences with friendships as they relate to community care, moving from surviving to thriving, mutual aid, and healing from trauma, as well as topics such as competition culture and jealousy, boundary work, and radical vulnerability. It also includes a list of questions designed to help you create your own boundary language and communicate them clearly and directly, a recommended reading list, as well as a workspace to dream up your own list of needs and desires in your friendships. You can browse all of my zines at femfilthpress.etsy.com, and I hope you all have a great Zine Fest.
I'm Brienne. I run Feral Ephemera in Austin, Texas, and this is where I make things. This is my table. This is my most recent Zine Cookbook bookmarks. It's a collection of things people left between the pages of old secondhand cookbooks. That's in full color. This is Knick-Knack Circus. This is just a bunch of images cut from 50s and 60s ads. Some pages are in color. This is the second edition of that. I had a lot of fun with this. We have more pages in color from this one. And this guy is on this sticker. The sticker is a painting I did of a skeleton nesting doll. And this little guy is free with every purchase.
Wake up, cause you got the dreamer's disease. Age 14, they got you down on your... Oh, hello there. Welcome to Gut Rot's Emporium. I'm Gut Rot. Today I'll walk you through a wide variety of goods I have for sale. Hopefully we'll get to know each other a little bit. So grab a warm cup of joe and join me, won't you? In addition to individual copies, I'm offering a discounted bundle on all of my books right now. My newest project is called Blast Rag. This is issue 1. Every book will be a collaboration between 2 artists, and the first one is between myself and Edward Kelly. You can find his work at skindrips.com. Each of us took 20 pages to draw whatever we felt, trying to keep the work spontaneous and raw. It's printed so that you can read it from either end. Up next is my Screamer book. It's a collection of ink drawings of all sorts of freaks screaming their hearts out. I left all the scans untouched to show off how the original pieces look. If you like lowbrow slimy stuff, this may be your bag. I also have a few copies of my Void Zine, which folds out into one 48-inch long drawing. Aside from books, I have a few prints for sale, including this lovely 16 by 16 blacklight print for your stoner dungeon dream. I have some iron-on patches, back patches, and enamel pins. Check out my shop for sticker packs too. I've got a bunch of different designs. Cheers. Check my site for these and more. Nice.
Hi, this is Jack Driscoll, and you're looking at my computer screen because this is the least awkward way for me to show you what I've done and what I've been working on. I have this page up on my website at artifactmart.com/zinefest to show you pictures of the physical zines I have for sale. Last year, I just put out Hits from the FSL Archive, a sampler of what I thought was a really interesting collection of clip art. I'm pretty interested in the unique look of vernacular illustration and layout jobs, which brings us to Ditto Heaven. And that's just a group of classroom handouts from before MS Word made everything look boring. I have some other old things going on here, including a mixtape of above-average dollar-bin religious records and some zines that are mostly words about feelings and stuff. But I invite you to check that out for yourself, artifactmart.com/zinefest. In the minute I have left, I want to show you what I'm working on now. This is my work in progress, the Jack Driscoll Annual Report 2021. It's a terrible name, I know, but it's accurate. This one's going to be a free downloadable PDF. What's in it? Well, what's in it so far is short descriptions of some of the small press books, zines, and comics I read in the past year. You might not find all of it worth pursuing, but my hope is that you'll find at least some of these things unfamiliar and interesting. One of the art books I talk about here is closely tied to the aesthetic of early 90s Macintosh computers, so I also went on a detour to visit some of those instances of this particular look, from adventure games to adult content. I'm going to try to wedge a little more unrelated content in between now and when you see this video. Check me out at artifactmart.com/zinefest. I'll let Ray take it from here.
Hi, my name is Nikki Rodriguez, and these are all my zines. I've got 18 now, with the 19th one coming out just in time for Lone Star Zine Fest. I make mostly autobio zines, things talking about like being Puerto Rican, kind of different emotional states and like the state of my mental health during the start of and in the midst of the pandemic. I've also got things talking about like street harassment and navigating the role as a woman and kind of like what that's like. More kind of comics, poetry things, talking about like the concept of home and feeling homesick, and just kind of like feelings of anxiety, kind of navigating and understanding that. This one is specifically about sleep paralysis. This one's about being ace and kind of like understanding that. This one is about whenever you're in a not so great job, and kind of like realizing that and finding ways to just like value yourself as not just an employee, but as an individual. So yeah, there's like a pretty big variety in terms of kind of like my subject matter and also the visuals. I've got 3 series, Cathartic Illuminatis are 1, How Not to Get a Woman 1 and 2 are the other, and then Viajera 1 and 2, 4, and so Caso La Bruja. Hoping to continue those series as I continue making zines throughout this year. I've also got a variety of prints. These are all of them. These are just a few. So I've got things from these 2 zines, different illustrations about Puerto Rico, Puerto Rican culture. I've also got some more fan art stuff, which you could see here. Yeah, and you can go ahead and find all that stuff at shop.artofnikirodriguez.com. I take PayPal and Venmo. You could also just check me out on Instagram at Art of Nikki Rodriguez and Twitter at tiff_a_Nikki. And my website is artofnikirodriguez.com. You could go there. You can find all my stores at my Redbubble, my Gumroad, and my main storefront, as well as my social media, and just check out all my work. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Olwen Moxe. I'm an artist and photographer based in Austin. So here are a few of the items that I'll have at Lone Star Zine Fest this year. This is a zine of my 35mm photos that I took in Russia in 2019, and I turned them into a zine this year. This is a zine I made last year of some of my drawings. And I'll also have these stickers as well as more items.
You wanna go up and down, we give it data some part away. You wanna go up and down to Rica and data with some part away. With a beat, money don't go on teas, money don't grow on trees. Money don't go on trees, but now you think you want some, baby. Money don't grow on trees, now you're gonna leave. Oh, I never thought, God, you know that I'd be with you with all that I say. On trees, now you gotta think. Please, my ransom, please.
Test. Hello, beautiful people. My name is Sonia. A pleasure to meet you. I would like to welcome you to my zine table. So the first zine I have is Head in the Clouds. This one is pretty much an art zine of cloud drawings. Puffy clouds. My next zine is called Motif of Decay. It's an art zine of what I recently enjoyed doodling. It's bones. Nothing creepy about that. It's a personal zine. It's a poem about feeling just heavy, tired. So the last zine I have is a pandemic zine. This zine is a snippet of my life during the pandemic. So for the stickers, I have a sticker sheet of clouds. And they're based off the clouds from Head in the Clouds zine. And these stickers just came in. They're 3x3-inch stickers. So that's it for my table. They will all be up in the shop. And if they're not up in the shop and you find them here, go ahead and email me at soniadraws.art@gmail.com. I want to also thank Lone Star Zine Fest for accepting me to this event. And thanks for everyone for their support. Stay safe and see you next time.
Lone Star Zine Fest. I'm Stav. I'm a special education teacher here in Austin, and I'm also the creator of 2 art zines, Truth Serum and Words on the Body. While these projects didn't start out as zines, I've always felt that they have the biggest impact as a collection and not individual images. I've always loved the DIY ethic and aesthetic of zine making and indie publishing. I'm so happy and proud to be here at the Lone Star Zine Fest, and thanks to everyone joining me here today. Truth Serum started out as an exercise in using creativity to connect to my own intuitive voice, a way to listen to personal truths that were elusive or that I had been avoiding. Each piece became a kind of direct phone line to the universe. I usually tend towards the analytical, so I intentionally set up my process to be completely intuitive. I randomly select 15 to 20 images cut out from magazines and lay them out in front of me and contemplate each one. I pick one or a few images that I'm drawn to and I wait. I wait and I listen. The words accompanying the images come to me from a source that is simultaneously personal and universal. I'm inspired by universal images, symbols, and archetypes in Jung's theory of the collective unconscious and from tarot cards. Words on the Body is an attempt to bridge a gap and rebuild a connection to my body. Writing prose, memories, and thoughts on my skin felt like a very obvious way to connect mind and physicality. As I looked at the words I'd written, I was struck by how suddenly beautiful and worthy my body felt to me, a work of art. The collected images focus on my fraught relationship with my body, embodied memories, and the work this body is able to do in the world. If you're interested in my work, I will have a limited number of print copies of Truth Serum Volume 3 for sale, socially distanced of course, on March 7th and 8th. And for more information, you can follow me on Instagram at Stavsella. You can also purchase my zines online. The link is in my Instagram bio. Thanks, everyone.
All right, welcome back everybody to the live part of the show. Oh my goodness, what about those videos? Those were nuts. I think I've learned here today that these zine people, they just are multi-talented. That's all. Pretty amazing. I hope you enjoyed all of those wonderful videos. Now we're gonna have live tablers. So we're gonna have 6 zine makers, and we're gonna have them chat with us. They'll each get about 5 minutes. So I hope y'all are ready to go, the first 6. Everybody, if you've got questions for the people who are presenting, go ahead and stick them in the chat in over there in YouTube, and Angel will pull them in so that we can hear what we have to hear. Okay, sorry, trying to multitask and make this thing run. All right, folks, the first tabler up is going to be Joe Tato Chips. Joe Tato Chips.
Hello.
Yeah, there you are.
Hey,
hey, my friend.
Am I coming in loud and clear?
I hope so. I can hear you.
How's it going?
Real good. Go now. What do you got on your table there?
Well, I'm happy you asked. I'll just say hi to everyone out there and thank you for coming to the Zine Fest. Thank you for being here. Those videos we just saw were freaking amazing. And I hope you check out all of their websites and tables. What I've got here is what I do with my zines, which is comics and some fun stuff like that. So I've got my Joe Tato Chips original flavor book. This debuted last year at the Zine Fest. So it's got silly little comics in here like this one where you got a fisherman and his glasses fall off and a fish wears them. So that's the kind of thing you can expect. So that's what's in here. But I've got 2 new zines they're debuting here at the Zine Fest today. That's Tall Problems. So if you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen I've been posting a lot of these. Well, there's even more of them in this book. And basically, you know, I'm a tall person. I have a lot of tall problems. So this is just kind of chronicling the things that can happen when you are tall. Just sort of how life doesn't really accommodate you sometimes. So this makes a great little gift, 16 pages here. And then last but not least is my first kind of narrative zine. So I'm just getting started here. This is Castle Winkeldorf. And you can see some of the characters on the back. This is Princess Pildred. So this is a real nice, like, full color little zine. It's brand spanking new. They're hot off the presses. There's a lot of great little gags in there with a little knight and a dragon. So I hope you'll kind of get to know these characters, and then by next year I should have book 2 out and maybe book 3, which will continue the story. So this is like an actual little continuing story here. So those are my zine offerings. And I also have a bunch of prints, a lot of which kind of came from the zines. So I don't know. Should I kind of stop here and take some questions, or what do you think? I've got more stuff I could show.
Are there we got any questions in the chat there, Angel?
Not yet. This is great. Everybody's loving the tall problems.
You got about 2 more minutes.
Okay. All right. Well, let me then explain. So if you want to buy my stuff, where you want to go is joetatochips.com/shop. And just for today and just for the fest, if you input in the discount code LSZF2021, you will get 20% off your order. So definitely, make sure to check out the website today and see what you want to get. These are each book is normally $10, but it's only going to cost you $8 with that discount for each one. So it's a great way to get some gifts or some fun stuff for yourself. I also have some classic posters. This is a Mushroom Kingdom travel poster. Great for a Mario fan you might know in your life. And then I also have the another classic Steamboat Mario, a little mashup there. So those are always big sellers. Got and I missed brunch postcard. So it's really kind of random. So you should go on the website and see what you got. And if there's a comic strip you particularly like, you might be able to find that as a print as well. And that makes a fun little, just a little bit of humor for your the decor in your house. And I've got a few from the Tall Problems book too. So here's kind of a cute little one there. So
awesome. It looks like we do have a question in the chat.
Yeah, so we have a couple of questions. Yep. One of them first off is, how tall are you?
I'm 6'3", so
cool.
I'm pretty tall. I'm far from the tallest person in the world, but I've definitely I'm on the side of things where some things just don't work for you.
Awesome.
And
then the other thing.
We got time for one more question.
Sure. And then the other question was, how long did it take you to make one of your latest zines? So it's kind of like a work balance type of question.
That's a great question. Well, that's one of the things I love about the Zine Fest is it actually encourages me and motivates me to get stuff done, because it can be kind of hard to push the stuff out. I'm sure my fellow, exhibitors will tell you. Castle Winkeldorf, there's something like 24 pages in there of full color illustrations. So that probably took 5 or 6 weeks. And then Tall Problems I was able to do fairly quickly, but even that was like a 2 to 3 week chug, working in the evenings and the weekends there to get all these pictures done. And then, of course, since we're making these ourselves, I went and got them printed and cut them and folded them and stapled them. So they're truly handcrafted. So that's a great question.
Very cool. Thank you so much, Joe.
Thanks, y'all. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and hop over to YouTube and drop your links in the chat when you get a minute. And
will do.
Yeah. Thanks so much.
Yay. Thanks, guys.
Next up, we got Broomzine. Broomzine, you want to turn your mic on and your camera on and show us what you got?
Hi there, everyone.
Hey.
So, hey. I started making pictures of brooms I guess around 2016. And after about a year of making pictures of brooms wherever I found them, I started putting them together in a little zine. It's 16 pages each. I've got 4 volumes. This is the first one. The cover is actually sort of the same table with 2 different brooms that are leaning up against them at an artist space here in Houston called El Rincon Social. But yeah, they're just lots of pictures of brooms.
I love it.
So, friend of mine described them as really flattering, but said like staggeringly banal. Kind of I think over the years, like I've kind of gotten a little bit more formal about like how I make the pictures. This is volume 2. So this is outside of Rice Cinema. This is my neighbor Dana, lives across the street from me. Just a chat on the street, and she was sweeping up some leaves and things. So, but they're just sort of where I find them. Is that like a side gig that I go to every once in a while to make some extra dough. Some gallery, some brooms and galleries during installation, etc. So some artist studios here in Houston. This is volume 3. So there's a broom there, and I was driving down the street and I saw this broom. I was like, oh, I'm gonna make a picture of the broom. So I got up next to the broom and realized that there was somebody had busted like a wine bottle and they had sort of like swept it up, but hadn't actually picked it up yet. So it's kind of funny. So more artist studio spaces here in Houston. And this is the last volume, volume 4. Kind of like more artist studio spaces. Let's try to find something that's not. There's some convenience store brooms. Some outside brooms. That's one of my brooms there. But I mostly make pictures of other people's brooms. So we're just like wherever they're at. And then this past year I made just a little one-page zine. It's like a digest. And they're just like little isolated pictures of brooms. I have some buttons and things too. So
Excellent.
anyway, happy to answer any questions that y'all have.
Yeah, fantastic. We do have some questions about. I'm going to ask my question first, very quickly, which is: do you ever stage your pictures of brooms, or are these all legit, 100% authentic, candid brooms?
Yeah, so most of them are candid now. Whenever I started, I was leaving work one day and there was a broom that was propped up next to the door, and I propped it up in the doorway itself. And there's a photograph from the 1840s by William Henry Fox Talbot, and it's called The Open Door, and the picture is just a broom in a doorway. And so I thought that was kind of funny, like, you know, is a weird sort of photography reference. And you know, left work, and then I felt like everywhere I went, I just like saw like brooms like laying around and things. And so I sort of standardized like how I was photographing them for them to be all vertical, so it would fit. And that's how you hold your cell phone anyway, most of the time, which is what all these are shot with. They're just like my cell phone. So.
All right, well, we got.
Yeah, but then as they're found, mostly now. So yeah, I try not to rearrange stuff too much around them too. So.
Very cool. Well, we got time for one more quick question. What do we got, Angel?
Sure. I think we should go with the one of what's the most surprising place you've spotted a broom?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I feel like, you know, around kitchens and things are pretty usual, I guess. You know, they're usually like, I mean, people usually will prop a broom up in a closet or something like that.
And I'm going to squeeze one more in. What's your favorite type?
Oh, shoot. I think probably the most, well, I'll say this story. My friend Chelsea was working at a bar in the Heights, and I went up there one day and she was like, come here. And she like, when I went like with her into the back behind the bar, and there were like brooms like in these like in the like mop sinks, and there was another one over here, and I was just like, what? Like it was a wonderland somehow of brooms.
Well, this is awesome.
My favorite, what was it? Favorite type of broom?
Yeah, I would love to more, but we gotta move on.
Oh yeah, sorry, all right. I'll talk to Sarah later.
But please hop over please hop over into the YouTube chat and see if you can answer some more broom questions.
Yeah, I'll do that. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right, we're gonna move along to Cuento Comics. Cuento Comics, are you in the house? You wanna? Yeah, there you are.
Hey everyone.
Hello.
You guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much for having me. I'll get right into it.
Awesome.
So my name is Darren Antonio Smith. I'm the creator behind Cuento Comics. I'm a Mexican-American artist here in San Antonio, and so most of my work centers on that heritage and culture, mostly, especially the indigenous part, because growing up, that was really something I didn't know a lot about, and so I wanted to explore it. And I feel like a lot of other Mexican Americans don't typically don't as well. So most of my work kind of encapsulates what I've learned and is a way to share that with others and just anyone who's really interested in Mesoamerican spirituality or mythology or beliefs or anything like that. So this is sort of my flagship comic, Psychic Chicana. It's about a girl who meets what's called a Nahual, which is this jaguar here. And the Nahual is basically like an Aztec spirit animal or a spirit guide. And so it, for a second, he kind of agrees to teach her about her heritage and sort of the different myths and beliefs of the Aztecs and the other ancient Mesoamericans. And she uses that knowledge and they go on adventures and stuff and she meets different mythical beings and stuff like that. But the important thing is she uses that knowledge to kind of help her with her own problems. And so that's really why I wrote it, is to sort of share that knowledge with fellow contemporary Mexican American or Hispanic, Latino, whatever you identify as, but to kind of explore that part of your heritage and understand your roots and where you come from. So these are the first two, and then this one here just came out. This is Psychic Chicana number 3, and I'm doing a sale right after this, and so these will all be on my Instagram. I'll post a link afterwards. In addition to that, I also have a smaller, these are shorter comics, but this is a COVID-19 special. There we go. And then also I have a holiday special. And they all deal with sort of interpreting different themes through like a Mesoamerican perspective. And these are on my Patreon, which the link is also on my Instagram. The other project I want to talk about is called, this is a little zine I did called Tlaloc, Spirit of Rain. Tlaloc is the Aztec rain spirit or rain deity. And so this is a story about him set in sort of a dystopian future where he comes to Earth and kind of sort of becomes a superhero. And so he uses his powers to defend the environment and the Earth, sort of as a protector of nature, but also to protect the people that depend on the Earth, because it's sort of a way to show that we're all connected to our planet, and also to indigenous practices and how they are kind of guardians of the earth. This is these are prints that I have for sale. Like I said, this is a mini zine, but this is a precursor to a larger full comic that I'm currently developing. I want to show y'all the first page that I have, but it's a work in progress. I have it all written, but I'm looking to get it published very soon. I'm currently reaching out.
Nice. Does sorry to interrupt you. Does anybody have any questions? We got about a little bit of almost a minute left.
There is one. It is what inspires your color palettes? They seem to be warm color palettes.
That's kind of just a coincidence, but a lot of like older comics, like 50s, 60s comics, especially Marvel, like Jack Kirby, that's kind of like, that's a big influence. Also like the colors of traditional Mesoamerican art. Also, I do a lot of coloring on Microsoft Paint because I don't know how to use anything else yet. So that's also an influence.
Very cool. Your stuff is really great. There's a whole lot of love over in the YouTube chat for you. So
thank you so much.
Yeah, head on over there and
okay, I'll post my links, and I'm currently doing a sale as well, so please check it out. Also, there's stuff for sale on my Patreon and Redbubble. The link is I'll post those. So thank you.
Super, thank you. Awesome. All right, folks, we got 3 more. We got Yucky Zines up next. Yucky Zines, are you in the house?
Hello, yeah. All right. Oh, dang. Is it not the right way? Here, I'll fix it. Is that better? Yeah. All right, cool. Can you guys hear me well?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Hi, my name's Isa from Yaki Zines. You can use any pronouns for me. I'm a queer and Latina zinester based in Plano, Texas, and this is what I had here for my shop. So this is the first zine I ever made. It's basically an introduction on how to care for axolotls because they're my favorite animal and they're very hard to take care of. So if you're ever interested in that, you can go ahead and check that out. This is my prototypes, but all my zines come in cardstock except for these two. And then I have this one, which is a travel zine. It's about when I went to the Czech Republic. It's where my mom's from. I'm half Czech. And it's just all the weird random associations and memories that I have with certain pictures from there. So this is more of like a photography zine. And then I have this one called Rating Beanie Babies, even though nobody asked me to. Basically just giving my opinion on how I think the creators did on their design for Beanie Babies. This one is a comp zine. So it's with 25 zinesters. It's held by My Name is Ryan. He's a super cool dude. I have a page featured in here. Because there's so many pages, this would be my most expensive one. And then I have this Gloomy Bear zine. It's a Japanese character designed by an artist called Morichak. And the zine is called Kimo Kawaii because it means creepy cute. He's creepy and cute. I love Gloomy Bear so much. So all the designs are renditions of Gloomy Bear made by me or crossovers of Gloomy Bear with other characters. And then I have two stickers. I have this one from the video game Cuphead. It's my favorite game. It says keep calm and carry on with the characters Cuphead and Mugman. And then I have a Minecraft axolotl sticker. I also sell one that says like La Criatura on it because of, if you know the meme, you know the meme. But you can also get it blank. And so I have all of these. This I don't have on my Etsy. So if you want to get the travel zine, you can Venmo me, which I have here at Yaki Pup. And you can also, just to make transactions easier, you can message me on my Etsy, which is where I sell 3 of these zines and my stickers, which is Yucky Zines. Or you can message me on Instagram at Yucky Zines. And yeah, so that's what I have. Thank you guys so much for having me here.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Angel, do we have any questions in the chat?
Yeah, actually, the question specifically is, do you currently have any axolotes? And if yes, what are their names?
I don't have any axolotls actually at the moment, just because they're really hard to take care of. But to fill that void, I made this zine. So yeah, I'm really hoping to get some in the future because I love them a lot. But yeah.
Awesome. Do we have any more questions?
No, I think that's it. But yeah, they're so cute.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks so much. All right, we got next up, Marcel.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you so much for having me, you guys. And thank you for, as always, like putting on such a great fest. Always so like well organized, and Lone Star Zine Fest is always wonderful. So thank you. So I wanted to talk to you guys about a few things that a few of my projects, or this one in particular, is very special to me. It's called Fish Love. And everything about this project is extremely deliberate, right? So starting with the cover, we have like a person, he's playing the flute in the moonlight, right? And the moonlight is reflecting on the water. And then on the back, we have a skeleton playing, the flute, and music notes are coming up and the moon is below. And so when we open the book, we have life and death. And we also have balance, as well as infinity. And so, very proud of my work. And so this book is 40 pages long. It took about a year and a half to complete. And basically it's about a man who makes a wish at the catfish pond to become he wants to become a handsome dude, and so he wishes for the catfish to make him handsome. And what follows, the story itself, is like a lament about everything that contributed to his abstracted sense of identity and who he is, and his relationship with like his body and his appearance and everything that led up to him making this wish. And I won't give too much away, but I do want to share my very favorite scene of this book, which is so it's kind of comes to a, he's weeping at this in front of these catfish, right? And the catfish start to move in a circle, more and more and more, creating like a whirlpool.
That's really cool. I'm really impressed by how far you've come with your artwork since your first stuff that I've seen of yours.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I appreciate that. And yeah, and his transformation into a fish, basically, which is a little hard to see, but if you look at my if you see my the actual book, then you will get to experience that for yourself. And so that's my very, very dear book that I'm working on right now.
Very cool. Does any we're getting a lot of love for your illustrations over in the chat. Are there any questions over there, Angel?
Just what the biggest inspiration was, but yes, everybody's really highly impressed, including me. That looks amazing. Yeah.
Thank you so much. My inspiration is meditation, heart, and the extraterrestrial are all very, very extremely involved in the making of all of my work since this book onward. My other project, which is short, I promise, but is also wonderful, is Alien Love, another ode to the extraterrestrial, which I consider all of my work to be. And this actually went out with my Patreons, people who are $5 and up, and it comes with a poster. And I have many left over, so if you sign up for my Patreon and say, hey, do you have any of those? Can you send me one with the next monthly comics? I will say yes, and I will send you one. So those are
cool.
Those are my things.
Thank you so much. Sorry to interrupt you, but very, very cool. Thank you so much for showing your stuff.
Absolutely.
And,
thank you.
Yeah, hop on over there and see everybody's beautiful comments in the chat for you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you. See you later. All right, we got one last. We're going a little over. It's 2:00, but we got one more tabler, and then we're gonna start another chunk of amazing live video. Recorded videos. So spend time. You wanna hop on here and show us what you got?
Yes, we are here.
Yay.
Thanks again. Can you hear us? Can you see
yes,
us?
both.
Awesome. Yeah, we wanted to say thank you for having us here. I remember going to Lone Star Zine Fest in 2017 at Chirp Charlie's, and I won a grab bag and met a lot of really cool people. And yeah, now it's 2021 and we're here again. So thank you so much for 5 years of work. We wanted to show off some of our zines that we've personally made, um, including the very first zine that I ever made called Two in Love. I'm not much of an illustrator, but Claire is. So I did the words and Claire did the illustrations. And this zine is meant to be looked through, gone through with two people. So it's kind of going to be difficult.
We
But
can do it.
yeah, so it's cut in half.
Split, yeah, top to bottom.
Let's try to find it.
So for example.
So the images come together when you flip through. Oh my gosh. It's much harder in this format.
Easier on a tabletop, but yeah.
And yeah, so that was the first zine that I ever made. Also, as a poet, I've made a lot of comp zines with people featuring poetry and illustrations. This one's just off a office printer, so poems, illustrations, and some photography. I've also I love zines as supplementary work, so we made this little mini zine when we had a poetry event, and we printed a little mini zine featuring a poem from each reader that day. I've also made lyrics, little mini lyric zines to accompany album releases that I've had, to just include lyrics so you can read along while you're listening. And yeah, and my last zine that I made was a Rezo zine. That was a one-pager, and I wrote the poem and my friend did the illustration. And I made this in 2017, first edition, and then I remade them as in a card format that's a little bit smaller. And here are some of Claire's zines.
Yeah, I'll zip through some of mine. This was the first zine I ever made in 2016. It was about early morning, so kind of telling a little story about watching the sunrise or waiting for the sunrise, seeing what happens, just kind of celebrating those things that feel like they only exist at a certain time of day, all ending in a trip to the McDonald's drive-thru. One zine that I have for sale right now is this one called Daily Practice. It's a 3-spread mini zine made from one sheet of paper, and this was kind of a New Year's series of kind of guided practices to ground and center yourself. And this is the original version, which I printed out, and then a friend of ours risograph printed the new version, so we've got those for sale right now. This zine is called In Season, and it's about fruit. So I put it in fruit bags. But I was trying to figure out what to do with my art, and Marlon said, you know, you love fruit and you love your friends, so make something about that. So here's my grandma eating some melon, and it's combined with facts and information about fruit, all ending in a calendar. And then one more zine I'll show is another that is currently for sale in our shop, and this is my most recently published zine called Calendar of Botanic Thought, and it takes you through a year, calendar style. Again, it's about all the things I love, so fruit, spending time, little activities that we can do to celebrate where we are in time.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Those are our zines.
Very cool. Thank you guys. Y'all, let's see, we got a lot of love for your fruit bag for sure over here. I know, immediately I was like, ooh, I have a couple of those I can give you. People are loving your stuff in the chat. Are there any questions? Oh, go ahead, Marlon.
In lieu of questions, could we
Sure.
actually plug a couple things?
Sure.
Cool. We just wanted to share with everyone that we're offering a Rezo 101 workshop next weekend on Saturday with Eva Claycone and Telepath Design, which we'll throw in the chat. So if you've ever been curious about Riso and how to get into it, we'd love to see you attend. And it's $15, but if we'd like it to be accessible, so anyone that wants to go, please just email us and we'd be happy to let you attend and learn about Riso. And we'll throw that in the chat, but we're super excited.
Awesome. Thanks so much, y'all. And I want to thank Marlon also for editing together the amazing videos that we've been watching here today. So thanks for that also. Yay. All right, folks. Well, without further ado, I'm going to attempt to roll us into this next block of videos. So this, with any luck, should be the first block of videos that we should have seen at the beginning. So let's check them out. If you got questions, stick them in that YouTube chat. And if you're in this block, keep your eye on it and answer any questions folks have. All right. See y'all in a bit. Nope. Nope.
Hello, and welcome to the Zine Collection. I'm Kate, your Zine librarian, and this is the collection. It currently contains 1,068 zines from here in Austin, Texas, as well as 144 other geographic. Hello, and welcome to the Zine Collection. I'm Kate, your Zine librarian, and this is the collection. It currently contains 1,068 zines from here in Austin, Texas, as well as 144 other geographic locations. 3 of our most recent zines are APL information guides, made right here. 5 art zines from Gail Kern in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And here's what I've hidden under my tongue, number 5, by DJT in Anchorage, Alaska, which we just received today. Thanks, DJT, and everyone who's contributed. Some of our newer projects include our APL digital zines, which currently has 8 issues. No Shelf Control, a physical and digital zine made by the staff at the Spicewood Springs Branch Library. And Vital Signs, APL's online collaborative community zine, to which you can submit too. For complete information about the collection, please see our zines information guide at library.austintexas.gov/zines.
Hey everyone, welcome to my Lone Star Zine Fest table tour. In this video, I'm going to show you a bit of the stuff I'm going to be selling virtually at my table. So I hope you're ready for the preview of my wares. So this one is a mini comic called Gringa, and it's basically an autobio comic about my struggles dealing with racism, sexism, all the isms that comes with my self-identity as a Latina in America. This next batch is a bunch of mini zines about stuff you can find in my sketchbooks, whether it's, experimental diary comics or just cute little sketches or character designs. You'll find it all in these mini sketch zines, which I had lots of fun making. So I hope you like them as well. Next is just a bunch of miscellaneous stuff that you'll also find at my table, like foldy comic zines, postcards, prints, things that are super colorful and catches your eye, hopefully. And also self-care tip postcards, stickers, even this anthology, which I help edit. It's 30 plus Latin illustrators, comic artists, poets, all about our cultural identity as Latinx. And so that's basically it that you'll find at my table. I hope you like it, and happy Lone Star Zine Fest.
Dun dun. Here comes Zine Fest. My name's Mel, and here's some of my zines and books of poetry that will be available at this year's Zine Fest. How to Talk to Clouds is one of my favorites. Lots of poetry this year. Yep, lots of poetry this year, following lots of reflection in the last year, since last year's Zine Fest. Remember, that was so fun. There goes that whale again. So I recommend the variety pack. Check your calendar, March 7th. Check out my Instagram, more info. I'll mail it to you. I'll mail it to you.
My name is Darren Antonio Smith, and I'm the creator and artist behind Cuento Comics. Here I'm going to talk to you about 3 of my most popular series. The first one here is Psychic Chicana. This is a developing series with new installments coming out. And it follows the adventures of Gwen Morelos, who is a 20-year-old Mexican college student exploring her Aztec roots with her Jaguar spirit guide, which is also called a Nahual. In her journey, she meets Aztec gods and learns myths which she is able to apply to her own life. It gets pretty wild. This is 2. This is a COVID special, and then this is the holiday special. So the next scene we have is El Águila. If you're ever wondering what Superman would be like if he was based in San Antonio, Texas, then El Águila is the answer. He's based on the ancient Aztec eagle warrior, and Essentially, he fights for the weak and the oppressed, and he goes on adventures within the city, battling enemies and going through personal conflicts and helping others. So next we have Tlaloc. Tlaloc is a story about the Aztec god of rain and thunder coming down to Earth in a dystopian future in order to save the environment and battle robots. Currently I have this mini zine for sale, but it's part of a larger project that I want to do to turn it into a full-length comic. And here I have a preview of the first page. So you can find all of these books and more on my Instagram, Arte Sangre. Thank you so much for watching and hope to hear from you soon. Thank you.
Hey everybody, thanks for having us at this virtual event for Lone Star Zine Fest. Fine Print Press here is our table. Took advantage of kind of setting things up in my own personal art studio. Since we're doing things a little differently this year, I thought it'd be fun. Fine Print Press, you may have seen us at Lone Star Zine Fest in person in the past. We run this free literary and visual art magazine, printed on tabloid-sized newsprint. These are distributed for free all around. If you would like to pick one of these up, this is our current newest issue. Any of the back issues you can pick up as well at our website, fineprintpaper.com. These are free. You just have to pay $3. That covers the price of postage and an envelope. Pick up as many back issues as you would like of different issues you might not have. We have these ceramic mugs designed by cartoonist Ron Rigi Jr. available there as well. We have some fine print t-shirts designed by cartoonist Brian Blomers. Limited stock of these still available, but grab one when you can. Some tote bags, fine print tote bags we got there. And what I'm really excited about, this new vinyl recording of our managing editor and poet Dylan Krieger. This has 6 new poems on it. Came out in October of 2020. Those are available on our site, all at fineprintpaper.com. For other work by Dylan Krieger, we got some of her books over here. This is her newest book, Metamortuary, that came out on 9 Mile Books. Then Getting Godhead, that's her first book. That was called The Best Book of Poetry to Come Out in English. The year it came out by the New York Times Book Review. All of those books are available on her Big Cartel website, Dylan Krieger Poetry. So go ahead and give her some love, go order some books from her. We have some distributed stuff by other authors and stuff. These are Jasmine Dream Wagner, some of her books of poetry. She's another one of our contributing editors. You can find those on the Fine Print Paper website, as well as this beautiful letterpress broadside by poet Claire Welch. She's another one of our contributing editors. Those are available on our website as well. And some of my own work. We got some screen prints, some greeting cards. We got some different patches. We got this little Grackle blue bonnet guy. Some different stickers and stuff. These glow-in-the-dark lightning bugs. These sheets of cicada stickers. This extraterrestrial bumper sticker. I got this brand new t-shirt hot off the press a couple days ago. This was printed in reflective ink, so it's similar to what you see on jogging clothes. This ink will react to the light. We got a few different enamel pins and things, stickers, a bunch of stuff. That's all available on my website, saltedteeth.com. So a few different places you can go. Throw in the links in this video for you, and go check it out and give all these people some love. Stay safe out there. We hope that we can see you again in person next year.
My name is Annalisa. I'm 26 years old and I bring things into existence. My first zine idea was a collection of illustrations, all done in trabajo, and people loved it. So since then, it's actually become a series. And so far, I have, I believe, 5 issues, and I try to come up with the new zine each time I have a zine-related event. So keep an eye out for number 6. I've seen other zines that focus on a specific topic or a specific experience. You know, not everyone can really relate to them. Not everyone understands them. Not everyone speaks the same language that these publications have been produced in. You know, it's not fun. You know, art shouldn't be that way. Art should be for everyone. It's really important to me to create not only zines, but paintings or drawings or buttons, whatever it is. You know, I want them to be enjoyed by anyone. So in addition to zine making, I also mentioned that I'm into things like fine art, crafts, caricatures. I'm a little bit everywhere. Feel free to follow me on social media to stay up to date to what else I've got going on in the studio. I also have an online shop that you're more than welcome to check out. It has everything that is currently available for purchase. I also hope to add things like a blog, a sort of online virtual gallery experience. I hope to add tutorials, live painting sessions, all sorts of goodies. So be sure to stay connected so you can enjoy that with me. Thank you so much for your time, guys. I really appreciate you hanging out with me, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the fest. Stay safe, and I hope you have a beautiful day.
Lone Star Zine Fest! Are you ready for Joe Tato Chips? We're back for the 2nd year in a row with more comics, more zines, and 2 brand new series. The fest may be virtual, but the laughs are real. Ever been tall? Reach the heights of laughter in Tall Problems. In Castle Winkeldorf, can Princess Mildred save herself from Fizzles the Dragon? Yes! I mean, read it to find out. And the returning champion, Joe Tato Chips' original flavor, is chock-a-block with ridiculous comic strips in full glorious color. Bet you can't read just one. Visit my shop online at joetatochips.com/shop, where you can purchase all of my zines and prints. Virtual visitors to my booth will receive an exclusive discount promo code just for the fest, so be sure to stop by and say hi. I'm actually a normal person usually. Connect with me on Instagram at Joe Tato Chips. That's J-O-P Tato Chips. For more comics and art and the occasional live stream. That's all for now, Lone Starinos. Joe Tato Chips out!
Hi everyone, I'm Christy French, and I'm going to show you around my table today. Here we have some magnets. There's fawns, Polish chickens, and armadillo magnets. Have some pins, acrylic pins, with little metal backs. And I have quite a few stickers. So pikas, raccoons. These 3 are actually all clear. So everywhere you see the white here, when you peel it off, it'll be clear. Got some holographic rainbow shiny bats, panthers, and manatees. More stickers. Some postcards. It's a female grackle. Some prints. And these stickers. These are actually glow in the dark. Chupacabras look pretty cool. Mothman. These are acrylic keychains. Excited squirrels. These are my zines. I wish I could hug you. About
the struggle we have inside when we want to smother animals in love, but we know they would not like it. So there's some cute stuff in there. And then I have this little Texas snake coloring book. And in the back, it has some tips if you find a snake. First tip, always admire from a distance. But if you find a hurt snake or anything like that, it gives you some tips to do. And you can find me on Instagram or Etsy under Christy Fwinch. If you go to my Instagram, I also have a link to my Etsy page. Thanks, everyone.
Hi, I'm Mel, and I'm very excited to join this year's virtual Lone Star Zine Fest. A lot of my zines are about sharing my interest and experience with other people. For example, if you're like me and you like cute robots, I've got Gears and Gaskets, a book just of fun little robots. Or for something more informational, I made How Do I Egg, a book featuring photos, illustrations, and simple instructions to introduce cooking to the absolute beginner. My personal favorite is Have You Played This One? A dive into some of my favorite obscure games that I want more people to know about. Aside from those, I have a few other zines available, plus a few more that I currently have in the works. Plus, I'll have some fun stickers and a few other fun goodies. I'm very excited to share them all with you. See you on the internet.
Sean Dempsey. I'm a sequential artist in Chicago. I make comics and zines using pen and ink, often hand cutting and binding my books. Many people recognize my mini comics, where I like to get experimental with the book's format or materials, so reading it is more of a tactile experience. I always try to embrace the comic making process, whether that's through screen printing covers or prints, vibrant energetic watercoloring, creating complex folds and layouts, or hand lettering type. Learn more about me and my comics at smdempseycomics.com and follow me on Instagram at smdempseycomics. When I'm not tabling at Zine Fest and comic shows around the Midwest, you can find my comics online at etsy.com/shop/smdempseycomics. Hope you check it out.
Hi everyone, I'm Isa from Yucky Zines, and this is my table preview for the Lone Star Zine Fest. It's happening on March 7th. So I'm going to be having at least 5 zines and these 2 stickers, and I'll get to what these are in a minute. So I have this one called Axolotl Care 101, basically a zine about how to treat an axolotl if you want one for a pet. This one is a travel zine about when I went to Czechia, which is one of my home countries. And I have this one, which is called Writing Beanie Babies, even though no one asked me to. This is going to be the volume 1. I'm planning to make a volume 2, and hopefully I'll be able to have that at my table as well. Here's the back as well. And I have a collab zine. This is going to be my most expensive one just because it has the most pages. But it's in collaboration with My Name is Ryan. He has a series called Pocket Thoughts. And so it's a bunch of zinesters who collaborated to do this. And I have this art zine of Gloomy Bear called Kimu Kawaii, originally created by artist Morichak, but these are my own little renditions of Gloomy Bear in the zine. And I have this sticker is from the video game Cuphead called Keep Calm and Parry On. And a Minecraft axolotl sticker. The original one has the text saying La Criatura, if you know that meme. But if you don't know the meme, you can also get it in the plain one like this. And I also do needle felted commissions. This one isn't for sale. This one is, but I can also do requests if you want a custom order. This is just an example. It's unfinished. But yeah, I have more to come. So this is what to expect from Yucky Zines. Thank you so much.
Hello, everyone. I am Andrea V. Rivas. This is a zine about my podcast with Monica Garcia, where we talk about art, life, and a bunch of other random rants. You can follow us on Instagram under @dosgatas, or click on the links provided on my website to listen in. If you've been searching for a small how-to on decluttering your life, here it is. A small illustrated step-by-step guide on how to let go of all that mess you've accumulated over the years. El color de la vida hondureña, the color of Honduran life, is a coloring book filled with cultural images that symbolize my Central American heritage. Never forget your roots. Here is a colored version of the front cover, not so great with colored pencils. And on the back, you can see where Honduras is located. This zine, Little Guys, is a collection of a few of my oil paintings, which also includes a little poem written by yours truly. Las Leyendas de Honduras is my most recently updated zine that carries 2 somewhat creepy tales that have been passed down for generations in Central America. You may follow me on Instagram @deandy, or visit my website for more of my art, my contact info, and my social media links. Thanks for watching.
Hey friends, I'm Ashley Robin Franklin. I'm a cartoonist and illustrator based here in Austin. This is my little friend Theodore. So I'm here to show you some of the goodies that I have right now in my shop. So I've got a brand new comic out right now called That Full Moon Feeling. It was published by Silver Sprocket. It came out earlier in February. It's a queer rom-com featuring a witch and a werewolf who go on 3 really disastrous dates. I also have some of my older comics. I've got like my autobio collection. I've got some horror comics. I've also got some risograph prints. I've got some stuff for you to wear, like this, goodbye. Like this shirt, my stargazing shirt. It was printed here in Austin by Raw Paw. And also a bandana. And I've also got some other small stuff like stickers and patches. So I can't wait to see y'all in person, hopefully next year at Lone Star Zine Fest. Until then, see ya.
Hi, welcome to my table. My name is Stephanie Gonzalez, and I currently live in Brooklyn, New York, with my cat Nunu, dog Rocco, and partner Dino. I started making zines because I wanted to put my work out there in a tangible way. Since all my photos are shot on film, I wanted them to be viewed on paper rather than from a screen. I've been making zines for a while now, and I see it being a lifelong project for me. So here are my zines. Glad you're still at it. I made this zine when I needed a little love from myself. No one tells you how hard it can be to continue creating when you feel like everything you make is crap, or no one will hire you or buy your work. I guess I realized that I wanted to keep making art just for me. Everything is so beautiful today. This scene happened when I woke up one day and the sky was a brand new shade of blue. Everything felt foreign and filled with wonder. I wanted to remember not to take life too seriously and to find joy in all the simple beauty that life has to offer. It sounds so fucking cheesy, but it's true. Was it all a dream? This zine is still in the works. It's going to be filled with the year 2020. That awful, delicious, sadly beautiful shit. It's available for pre-order now, and everyone who pre-orders will receive a special prize made by me. You can find me on Instagram and Etsy where you can order my stuff. Thanks for visiting.
Hello everyone, my name is Tanya Brassi and this is my studio. Welcome. As you can see, it's not really a studio, but more like a corner of my apartment. In this part of the studio, we've got my risograph printer, which is one of my most prized possessions. I use it to print things, and it's really nice having it here at home because I haven't really been leaving the apartment too much this year. So there he is. Over here, we've got a stack of drums with a stack of paper on them. And on top of the printer, I've got another stack of paper. I'm pretty disorganized. I've got little piles everywhere, but it works. And yeah, I guess things that you can find in my store are sort of the things hanging around here. I like to print a lot of posters just because it's faster than printing a zine. And it's, I don't know, it's really exciting to see something in print. So if you're like, I just really quickly want to print something and like have the joy of printing, you can print a poster. But I also have zines for sale. Here are two zines that I have. These are both part of the Toxic Lagoon series, which is a zine series which examines Superfund sites, which are really polluted places in America, basically. Right now there's a West Coast edition and an East Coast edition. Can I get a zoom on these? And zoom. But yeah, so I can't remember if I held this guy up. Check out my store. It's at influencepress.com.
So, hey, Lone Star Zine Fest. My name is Mara Jarvis, and I'm here to show you my table.
10 Years in Film is a collection of film photos taken over the course of 10 years, some on a point-and-shoot developed from the drugstore, and some I shot manually and developed in the lab myself. This zine is out of print, but you can download it digitally. It's about identity and a sense of belonging, or lack thereof, and about not being queer enough, non-binary enough, or brown enough. Mushroom Cap Morphology is a mini zine to help you classify mushrooms based on their cap, and I accidentally cut the specific zine too much. They're normally folded nicely, I promise. Getting My Fill is a Tijuana Bible, which is extremely not safe for work and assembled poorly. This zine is about drugs, and I'll only sell it to you if I don't know you personally. I also have vinyl weatherproof stickers available, and foil mushroom prints that will be spotless and perfect. Buy this zine and CD combo if you want your significant other to find it in your center console and get the wrong idea. Featuring 18 of my past and current favorite songs, along with a glimpse into my life at the time when I listened to them most. Topics range from teenage hooliganism to crushes, exes, and hookups, along with the constant theme of loneliness. Deeply personal and embarrassing, read if you ever wanted to look into my diary. Sorry if I wrote about you.
My name is Tally Dreehan. I am a trans queer poet living in Chicago. This is a collection of zines that I've made. They are all for sale or for trade. All proceeds will be donated to the Okra Foundation. If anybody would like a zine at no cost, please just reach out to me. It's no questions asked. I'd be happy to send you one. If you'd like a closer look into any of the zines, please check out my website. It's worryrot.wordpress.com. That's WORRYROT.wordpress.com. You can also reach out to me on Instagram at tmz.lu.
Hello, everyone. I hope you're all enjoying the Zine Fest so far. I know I am. I'm Blue Raven Hoovener, writer, illustrator, and creator at BCH Comics. Today I'll be doing a little zine reading from my most recent zine, Jake in a World of Musicians. I did this zine and it debuted at the Wasted Ink Zine Distro's grand opening just back on February 6th. Nobody's seen the zine outside of that. So I won't read it in its entirety, so that way there's a little something to dig into should you acquire a copy for yourselves. But it is on sale there, and I will have it up now at my website, bchcomics.com. Before we dive into this, a little backstory. This takes place right after the events of track 2 of my webcomic, The Year of Reflection. Everyone's kind of just parted ways, and in the process, Jake has bumped into a lovely young lady and has sat down for a cup of coffee. She is very passionate about music, and Jake has his own opinions about music and the music scene as well. So a little rant ensues, and this will cut in right in the middle of that rant. I've come from a pretty musical family. Just in my household alone, there's my father, St. Nick, or as he's better known, Nicodemus. He's the kind of musician that picks up an instrument and in minutes knows how to play it. That's why he's got a multitude of albums under his belt that collectors have snatched up. Then there's Ma even, who has a hell of a singing voice. Then cut to me. Yeah, I didn't inherit any of that. While my talents and interests rest elsewhere, I've had years to observe the music scene and its diehard fans. The thing that cracks me up the most is that the biggest music fan is as hardcore about their fandom as the biggest comic nerd. Case in point. And let's be real, it's a more respected fandom. As I said before, who doesn't listen to music? On the surface, there's the sex appeal, too, of raw and aloof musicians bearing it all on stage. I mean, hell, the average girl isn't rocking a poster of Stan Lee on her bedroom wall, right?
Hi everyone, my name is Elvia and I'm the founder of Edgelette Books, and today I'm going to be doing a recipe for my grandpa's zine recipe book, and we're going to be doing Bigo de Gallo. So in my grandpa's recipe, he has a acronym for what you should put in there, and it doesn't mean that you should put it in this order, but his acronym is Lacoste. So it's lemons, avocados, cilantro, onions, serrano, and tomatoes. So then we just put all of these things together with some salt. So I'll just put it. And this zine comes from my grandfather's recipes. He left us
about 100 recipes to our family after he passed away. And I printed just a few of them with some of his stories as well. He tells some of his stories of working in kitchens in Dilley, Texas, and being in the Army. And they're all related to food memories. I just wanted to share those with you all. Okay, perfect. And we're just gonna add some lemon. My grandpa used lemon instead of lime. I know a lot of folks use lime in their pico de gallo, but our family uses lemon. Okay, and then some salt. And all of these are to taste, so if you really like tomatoes, you can add more tomatoes. If you really like onions, you can add more onions. And cilantro, whatever you want. We're just gonna mix this all up. Doesn't this look beautiful? Now we're just gonna taste it.
Hi, I'm Karina Killjoy of Femville Press, and I wanted to share one of my favorite zines with you today, The Little Book of Affirmations for Survivors. I wrote this zine because I needed it, and I know that many of us who have survived sexual violence never hear the words we need so badly to. I know personally I've heard, I believe you, maybe 3 or 4 times in the 9 years since it's happened. So I wanted to share these affirmations I wrote for you and for me and for us as part of Lone Star Zine Fest, because I believe you wholeheartedly, unapologetically. You don't owe your story to me or anyone else. And I believe that you deserve the care and resources and support and community that help us heal. And I also believe in your ability to truly thrive. I want all of these things for you, for all of us. And I'm rooting for you, like, please know that. So I wanted to offer these affirmations to you as you navigate your way through this painful and messy and really difficult process we call healing. So as I read each affirmation, if you feel called to and able to, please repeat it after me as a gift to yourself. I've survived 100% of my worst days. I can get through this too. I believe in myself. I'm still here. I am strong. I am allowed to be sensitive too. I do the very best I can, and that is enough. Healing is not linear. I am lovable. I will continue to grow and nurture myself with the tenderness I deserve. When every day is a battle, it's okay to lose some days. I radically accept myself. It wasn't my fault. There's nothing wrong with asking for help. Asking for help is the bravest, most admirable thing I can do. Friends who don't want to pick a side aren't on my side. There's bravery in being soft. My body belongs to me and me alone. It's okay to be angry. My process is my process. Crying is a valid and understandable reaction to what I've been through. When I cry, I release my sadness, fear, and anxiety. I am loved and brave and strong and made of magic. I don't owe my abuser my forgiveness. I don't have to rebuild a relationship with anyone I choose to forgive. I may or I will never be the same again. That's okay. I will move from surviving to thriving. Being vulnerable and talking about my experiences is nothing to be ashamed of. It's powerful and creates space for other survivors to share their stories too. I am so much more than my trauma. I am capable. When I practice self-love, that is knowledge. When I practice self-care, that is power. I am a force to be reckoned with. There are so many things to live for. I trust my gut. I appreciate my intuition for protecting me. Really, really, really good things are coming. I don't owe anybody my story. I am empowered to choose who gets access to my time, energy, and attention. Not everyone deserves it. Healing is a marathon, not a race. Slow progress is still progress. It can be difficult to work through this, but it will be worth it. I am not alone. Survivors exist in multitudes, in galaxies. There are whole communities and movements of us. Thank you for being here with me. I'm really honored to share this scene with you, and I hope that you're able to take something away from it and keep it close to your heart. And know that even if you feel alone, there are so many of us, and we're there. We hear you, we believe you. Your feelings are valid, and you deserve healing. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Nikki Rodriguez, and I'm going to be reading from this short little zine called The Silence of Time. It's one of my more comics poetry type zines, and it's one that I made during the pandemic, just kind of talking about the longing for a simpler time and like the naivety of childhood. Some days I catch myself thinking, of the fleeting nature of time. I forget I'm an adult and that I've made it this far, and yet I long for that peaceful time of no responsibilities that I can almost grasp as if it were yesterday. Thank you. So you can find this as well as all my other zines on my website, which is artofnikirodriguez.com, and there you can find all my different storefronts. My main store is shop.artofnikirodriguez.com. You can go ahead and buy the physical zines as well as all these different prints there. Yeah, just check it out. Thanks.
Hey everyone, this is Drew from Lucinda Productions. I'm here with you to do a couple of readings for Lone Star Zine Fest. So I've got a couple zines here. Got Weirdo Brigade #6, Rebirth, and a Compendium of Fictional Dads, a zine featuring 11 artists. So I have a short story and a poem. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the story. So this is an entry I did for this zine, and it's about a character I created named Zeke. And this is about a young man daydreaming of the perfect dad. The Daydreams of Roger Temple. I never knew my father. I have no idea if he's alive, dead, passed out, drunk at a bar, or waist deep in hookers. All I really have is my own imagination, and it sure is active. In my mind, I see an ideal father. My dad doesn't take crap from anyone. In our town, he runs the show. Anyone who steps out of line doesn't last long. Dad has his loyal henchmen who help him keep order. We spend a lot of time together, maintaining our strawberry field, riding around in his cool truck car, red with black racing stripes, getting shrimp fried rice and egg drop soup from our favorite restaurant. We also own a video store. I spend a lot of time there watching cartoons while he works. I would give up anything I have just to exist in this reality. One rainy day, I was walking home from school. The sky began to light up as the clouds roared with immense power. Then, as if appearing out of the mist, there he was. I ran toward him, and with both fear and excitement, I screamed, "Dad?" He gave me a strange look that felt as if it lasted for hours. Finally, he spoke to me. "What the hell? I am not your daddy. Damn, this dimension is weird." So, yeah, this is just a little short that I did, but this zine is actually really interesting. It was done by Rainbow Connection Collective. So here's their information. And I think this zine is really cool. Basically, it has all mainly TV and movie characters that the different artists felt would be ideal father figures. So there's a lot of really cool entries in here, and I was happy to be a part of it. So I'm going to read the poem for you now. I did this poem and illustration for Weirdo Brigade number 6, which is also an amazing zine. You can see more information about them here. So I'm going to go ahead and my illustration. The calling answered. Great efforts from those seeking a path to share their vision. The eyes wired to a hive mind, seeing light only amongst themselves. The oddities continue unnoticed. Though gaining strength in darkness, new abilities form, speaking together. So I hope you enjoyed the readings. I highly recommend both of these zines. And again, here's their information. Thanks for listening in, and I hope everyone has a great and safe evening. Thank you.
Welcome to Computer News, a story as old as time. Computer News is a fantastic and insightful comedy magazine founded in the year 1923 by an enterprising group of human-chimpanzee hybrids. Found among the pages of Computer News are short stories, poems, periodicals, horoscopes, silly little drawings, and much more. As a window into the tortured soul of the average Joe, Computer News provides insanely thought-provoking commentary, covering a mathematically perfect variety of subjects, much like your local postal worker who you can count on day in and day out. Computer News strives to provide you, the consumer, with content that'll make you smile. Now, please come along with me and explore some of the words of wisdom sourced directly from the pages of Computer News.
Is there honestly anything wrong with seeking out a warm, freshly used toilet seat? Yes, I eagerly wait outside the bathroom stall for the occupant to finish up, and yes, I urgently drop my bare rump onto that steamy seat so I can absorb its hot toilet warmth. It's important that I get into the stall quickly. I'll often push my way inside the very moment that I hear the door unlock. Sometimes I'm seated even before the previous user's flush is complete, which delights me immensely. Felines of all types enjoy bathing in the sunlight, so why can't my bottom enjoy its stay in the sun?
O Lord in heaven, let us say grace for this wonderful spread laid before us. Thank you, O Lord, for these beakers and defibrillators, without which we would not be able to run thy holy experiments. We are truly blessed to drip thy hydrochloric acid into this tube of acetone to test its heavenly alkalinity. We are fortunate to heat this concoction using his great flame from thy ancient Bunsen burner. And Father, we would truly be lost without thy goggles and sacred white lab coats, protecting us from the devil's chaotic wrath. May we share our results with you, O Divine Father, with joyful hearts. Amen.
Hey,
We didn't ask to be sexy guys. It's not our fault we're hot and handsome. Each of my friends has a great physique. One is slender and lithe. The next is tall and athletic. And the last, rugged and brawny. Me, I'm more on the cute side of the spectrum. You know, short, round, and soft. I'm built like a barrel and have long, blonde hair. I have big, round glasses on my face. I'm adorable, but I mean, we all turn heads and raise eyebrows. Each one of us is a looker. But again, it's not our fault. The cookie is the strangest treat. Chocolate chips and dough of wheat, some with nuts and some with fruit, spicy pepper flakes to boot. You could say that I'm odd too, funny teeth and spiky dew, bulbous hands and freaky eyes, heavy heart and heavy sigh. But when combined, we make a pair. Crunchy bites meet ugly hair. Stupid teeth eat morsel chunks while cup of milk meets cookie dunk. Yes, I love my cookie friend. I'm at my best when I'm with him. So let's meet as the sun is setting. Please come to our cookie wedding.
Hey, my name is Tali Zrihan. I'm a trans queer poet living in Chicago, and I'm going to share a poem with you. It's called Choice vs. Control. My mom still calls me her little girl, no matter how thick my beard gets. This does not bother me. I know she's still getting used to the new feel of my face. Lord knows I am too. I don't think she minds the beard as much when I smile. It reminds her that I'm still here, that I haven't changed, that I still light up, dim down, turn off. Mom knew I was off, says. It all makes sense. Like that time I bought you that pretty little dress and you screamed like I was hurting you. I think everyone has felt like their skin was heavy, like we were born in the wrong body or time, like none of this is ours, like we stole it from someone more deserving, or maybe we took too much in a past life and this is our lesson. I wrote, you won first on paper and then on my skin. Wondered how someone who never ate meat and cheese together in God's name could be treated such ways. Wondered what traditions I was missing, why I never got to wear a kippah. How was God supposed to know if I did not dress the part? My mom asked me the other night if I believe in God in a tone I cannot describe. I replied, would God believe you if you told them you were in front of them? That you have seen them every day since you've opened your eyes? That God has been passed from parent to child since the beginning of existence, and this is just the beginning of existence? Mom thinks I smoke too much weed. Catches me in the kitchen digging for food that doesn't exist, while she asks me questions about people that don't exist, acting like we have the power to create the two. Like they're intertwined. We talk about choice. We talk a lot about what we can't control. Thank you so much for listening. I have some zines. They are for sale or trade. If you do wish to purchase them, all of the proceeds will be donated. You can get at me at tmz.lu on Instagram. Message me there. I also have a website. It's worryrot.wordpress.com. You can contact me through that as well. Hope to hear from y'all. Have a great day.
Wow, folks, that was incredible. That
was some powerful material all over the map, which is just like a great zine fest, right? A little bit of everything. So cool. So I'm gonna roll us now into our last section, which is going to be another session of live tabling. So we've only got 4 folks on this one, so probably wrap up around 3:30, but we can go long and hang out a little bit if y'all want to. So I'm going to call on folks here in a second, so be ready, Olwen Moxay, please. But first I'm going to tell you real quick, sorry, I faked you out. I'm going to tell folks real quick to remember that if you've enjoyed what you've seen here tonight or this afternoon, we're going to put the full recording of the fest up on Facebook and Instagram after this, and it'll of course be on YouTube too. So tell all your friends to come and check it out anytime they want to. And okay, now take it away.
Hi everyone, I'm Olwen Moxay. I'm really excited to be here today. This is my second Lone Star Zine Fest. So I was just going to show you the things that I have for sale, and I'll drop my links afterward so you can purchase them there, or go check out my Instagram and send me a message. So I have these stickers for sale. They're drawings I did. And those can be purchased individually or a pack of 3. And then I also have some zines. So I do drawing as well as 35mm film photos. So these are some zines I did of my photos. These are just photos I took in a variety of locations and just kind of like putting them together and creating a visual story. So you can kind of get an idea of what it's like. Then this is a zine that is photos I took summer 2019. I went on a trip with my family to Russia. So these were all taken in St. Petersburg, Russia. Obviously it's super like interesting and different. So just kind of like encapsulating my experience on that trip and the different things I saw. And those are all 35mm photos as well. And then I also have this zine. These are also photos I took. And I collect like vintage dolls and stuff. So these were photos of some of the dolls that I have. And then last I have this zine. These are all drawings I did. Some of them are also in the stickers. So just like, yeah, different black and white drawings. And these come in yellow or purple. So it's 2 different options. So that's it. I'm happy to answer any questions either on video or in the chat.
Very
Thanks
cool.
for watching.
Let's see, there's people saying how pretty your photo zines are over in the chat. Angel, is there anything, are there any other questions in there?
No, but I am seeing the same thing of great photography. I have to agree. I love old school zines of photography, especially if they're unique, like the Russian one. Wow, that's very unique.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, with that one, I felt like it was definitely a unique travel experience that not a lot of people in the US, like a place not a lot of people in the US know that much about. So I was just excited to share that experience with people and my perspective on it.
That's really cool. I took zine making materials on my last trip thinking that I would do the same thing, and then I definitely did not want to make a zine while I was on the trip.
Yeah, that makes
on
sense.
the trip. And then I got back and was like, now I'm planning for my next trip. So
Yeah.
your ability to maintain your enthusiasm, that's really cool.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. All right. Our next tabler coming up is Patty B.E. Patty, you want to unmute and
Yeah, ready to go.
what's your stuff? Hi.
Cool. Hi, my name's Patty. You can follow me or find me on Instagram at freakfrxxk. And then I have a link in my bio to a big cartel, which I made earlier today, pattyv.bigcartel.com. I am going to be showing off some mini zines I've made over the past year or two and a couple of prints. And the first up is this series of 4 mini zines that are about chores and somehow finding a way to make chores a meditative, like fun part of your day rather than the worst part of your daily routine. And the first one of these I actually made at a little zine making workshop hosted by Jennifer a couple years ago. So that was the first zine I ever made, actually. And I feel very happy and lucky to be here at my second little Lone Star Zine Fest. But this one's just about making your bed. And it includes some tips at the bottom, as well as verses pulled from the Bible in a sense of like prayerful meditation, but I want it to be decontextualized so it's a little bit more affirmative and maybe free of, I don't know, associations that are stronger or scarier depending on your relationship to that belief system. And then I also have this little book of meditations that's in a similar vein. It's a book against murdering yourself. And it's essentially just a poem. I don't want to spoil it here. Maybe I'll do a read aloud next year. And then my last mini zine is one I made really recently. It's a book of affirmations, very straightforward affirmations in response to the question, are you trans? A sample of some of the responses, but they're yes, yes, yes. I guess I read you all the entire zine, but it's helpful for me to, for myself, every now and then, maybe it's be nice for you to have at home or nice for one of your friends to have. And then this is a half-page, I still don't know the proper terminology, a half-page book, the cover of which is based off of this drawing one of my students did when I was working in an after-school program before COVID. When she was upset, she would like process her feelings and meditate just by filling a page with little frowny faces. I thought that was just inspiring, lovely way to deal. But they're just all little mini comics and some sketches. And finally, I have completely different prints available. This one of the X-Men, mostly the sword wielding ones. It's sort of, I don't know, I've been attached to them since I was a kid. And I think they're powerful examples of family and inner strength all kinds being off to me. And another print that's available, and all the it's in the comp scene for the festival. All the proceeds will go to Glitz, which is a organization for trans and queer sex workers or unhoused people, to help them with like health resources, housing, and other needs. They're really amazing. It's a portrait of Sophie, who was an incredible music producer who passed away earlier this year. And she's been an incredible inspiration to so many. Yeah, that's what I have to offer.
Wow. Sorry, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Go ahead.
Yeah, there's some people asking a couple of questions in the chat, and so I just wanted to make sure that there was time for that.
Mhm.
Angel, do you want to hop in?
Sure. I think I see one about a chore. Favorite chore, is that?
Yeah.
Sure.
What's your favorite chore?
Oh, what's my favorite chore? Actually, washing dishes is incredibly therapeutic for me. Love the feeling of like the water and pacing myself.
And these must have been helpful during this time, weren't they?
Yes, yeah. I initially made them in response to my sobriety, where actually taking care of myself was very frustrating at first, like just actually doing the daily things that I had neglected for so long. So yeah, times of crisis, times of healing.
Very cool.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's true. This is like a zine serendipity moment here, because when you made that zine in my workshop, I may have mentioned this before, but it really stuck with me, the Making Your Bed zine, and it kind of was haunting me a little bit, and I didn't remember who it was that made it, and I didn't know you, and it was really great to come back around and meet you again. And then I've loved that you have made it into a series. That's super cool.
Yeah.
Yay.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Patty, for tabling. And we've got two more folks now. We've got Somber Press up next, and we're gonna see if we can screen share smoothly.
Hi, can y'all hear me?
Hey, yes.
Yay. Okay. Hi, I'm Eli. I'm the person behind Somber Press. I am a queer non-binary writer in Dallas, Texas. And I have a few zines, and I'm going to share my screen at the end to show my last zine because it's solely digital. So the first one that I wanted to show is called Powerful and Dangerous. This is issue 1, and it's a zine about sexual assault. It's full color, and it just has my personal stories in it. This is actually available on my Instagram. This graphic as a phone wallpaper download. And there are little candy hearts that say things like, no thanks, yes means yes, consent is sexy, silence is not consent, consent is mandatory, etc. And so that's my first zine. The second one I started making these first draft zines, and this one's not stapled. First drafts of stories that I've written. So this one's called Ghosts in the Graveyard. And I have these little stickers. It says "Kiss me, no thanks," the candy hearts. If you purchase this print copy of Powerful and Dangerous, then you get a sticker with it, but you can also purchase the stickers separately. And then I have some new prints. So I have these Rizo prints of sad balloons. I have white paper and purple paper. And so this is a series that I'm doing. Whenever I find like a balloon in nature, I take a picture of it and then I do a digital drawing and I print it out. So this is my first print in the series of sad balloons. All right, and then I'm going to try to share my screen. So we'll do this. Okay, and so then this is my digital zine that I made. So I really love going to cemeteries, and I've been finding some like cemeteries that are abandoned or they're just not really been taken care of. And so this is one of them. It's in Louisville in the Dallas area. And this one, I have it in a PDF format and an EPUB. So this is the EPUB that I'm showing y'all right now. And some of the photographs from the cemetery. And then lastly, so y'all can find me on Instagram and at gumroad.com/somberpress, where I have the sad balloon prints available and the issues of Powerful and Dangerous. And then on my Instagram, I have the stickers and the other zines. If you guys can like Venmo me. So I have best way to contact me is Instagram at Somber Press. I don't know if that's backwards. And then to buy is gumroad.com/somberpress. So if you have any questions, y'all can DM me. Or is there any questions right now?
No, but we got somebody from Louisville in the chat.
Oh, yay!
Right. Yeah, no, just people liking it. I keep forgetting there's a little delay between us and YouTube, so that's part of the issue. I think people keep applauding after somebody leaves, so people are gonna blow up right after this. But yeah, no, super cool. Thank you so much for sharing your stuff.
Awesome, and I'm gonna put my links in the YouTube chat after I get off of here.
Super, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
All right, folks, and we've got one last tabler. We're gonna go out on a weird surrealist comedy gust here. We got computer news. Look, it's like we're at a Zine Fest. What?
Hi, everybody. Hey. You are at a Zine Fest. Can you hear okay?
Yes.
Okay, great. Perfect. Well, hi, everybody. We're Computer News. You saw our video not too long ago, maybe like 20 minutes ago, and here's our zine offerings. We have 4 different 12-page issues that have a lot of different pixel art. You got funny stuff. In fact, if you like to laugh, and not many people do, then you'll love what's in here. Every page at the back, every issue at the back has some funny horoscopes. And then we also have, in addition to these 4 regular issue zines, we have this mini zine, which is a book of 30 cookie poems about cookies. And some are short, some are a little longer. We got some single stanza ones in here. We got some multi-stanza poems in here. And we got a shirt down there. That's Pig Boss. He's the art from one of our issues. And yeah, pretty much things that are funny. Yeah, if you like to laugh, as I mentioned, and again, not everybody does.
We joke around, but we know it's not the most popular thing. But if you like to joke around, then join us.
Yeah,
join us for a laugh.
And again, there's a lot of people who don't like to joke around at all, and that's okay. But we are some people that,
yeah.
Well, honestly, I guess we kind of like to joke around a little bit, huh?
Computer news.
Hey.
You guys, so there's like a lot of love for your wearing masks to protect us all. Thank you so much.
Of course.
For your consideration there. Yeah, wow. Yeah, your video was definitely a hit. I'm gonna revive a question that was in the chat from when that was up, which was, how did y'all make that video?
We had the idea of the brewing for a while, so we just found this website that you can pay a monthly subscription and you have access to B-roll footage, so just stock footage, video footage. You also have access to license-free music. And so we just pretty much put together our readings.
The process involved a surprising amount of haggling with voice actors.
Yeah, we hired some voice actors to read over the our zine bits.
Sort of at the last minute, we were able to strike an agreement with a few of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was probably the most interesting part of the process, beyond just compiling the stock footage and trying to set it to what we had written.
Yeah, and good music, appropriate music.
Perfect music.
Oh, yeah, that too.
I feel like you should try to sell that video back to the stock footage company.
One of them asked us to get her a copy of it so she could use it for her own acting reel or her own voice reel. And I didn't get it back to her, but maybe I will. I'm not sure that she would want to use it though.
Man, wow. Well, so we got one more question in the chat, which is, where did you get that computer behind you? Did you already own it? Or I guess the follow-up would be, or did you buy it just for this 5-minute tabling?
We actually bought it for last year's Zine Fest, which we were at, same Lone Star Zine Fest. And I went to a Goodwill. Well, there's a Goodwill in Austin that has, it's a computer store within it that's like kind of discount electronics. And I was just trying to find the oldest looking monitor that might still work. And I asked the guy if it worked and he said he had no idea. So I brought it home and plugged it in. It's off now, as you can see, but last year we had it plugged into a laptop and it was displaying something. It wasn't displaying what it was showing on the laptop.
It was a legitimate threat to the epileptic for a little bit.
Yeah.
We decided to keep it off this time because we're really not sure how stable the old girl is. But yeah, we had it kind of flickering some TV static last year after sort of jury rigging it up to a laptop with a lot of different adapters. But that's what computer news is all about. Computers. So there we go.
Yeah, we figured it was fitting.
Wow. Well, thank you for taking our safety into consideration on that point as well.
We love safety.
Incredible work, guys. Well, thanks everybody, y'all. This is, I'm gonna like come back on here because this is the end of the show, really. Except it's not, because now if you're on here, you must know where our website is, which is lonestarzine.org. And I'm gonna say goodbye to you guys. Thank you so much. It was great to have everybody. So yeah, head on over to lonestarzine.org. There are links to each of these presenters, so you can go and check out their stuff. You could actually do what normal people do at a zine fest, which is buy zines from people. So I highly recommend that activity. It's really rewarding. And I also recommend that you head over to our merch mart when you get a chance. It's going to be up through the end of March, at which time it will revert to my personal Etsy shop, which has been gutted to be the pop-up shop for Lone Star Zine Fest. So you can get, I'll remind you, these wonderful comp zine here featuring the work of a bunch of the people that you've seen here today. See, computer news. You got all kinds of great artwork from everybody that you saw today. I'm not even holding this up super great, but there it is. Check it out, 23 artists. And the proceeds go to support this fest. We've also got all kinds of little buttons, cute zine grackle button. Here, maybe I can, after seeing everybody live table, I can even do it. We got Lone Star Zine Fest logo button. We got stickers, special sticker from this year. Again, shout out to Michelle Millette and her beautiful, she's at Mothra1 on Instagram. Awesome designs. All of these designs are hers. how lucky is this fest to just have like an awesome graphic designer. Love it. Anyway, head over and buy some stuff if you want. And last thing I'll say is that just as a reminder, the recording of this will be posted on our social medias coming up here this afternoon, and always here on YouTube to check it out. So I hope you send your friends to see it. So thank you everybody for participating. Thank you, Angel, for moderating and doing the questions in the chat and being an awesome collaborator to try to put this thing together. And thank you, Marlon, for editing all the videos together. Super helpful. Thank you, Michelle, who's out camping, and everybody else who has supported this fest. Angel, do you have anything to say?
No, just thank you everyone for being here. I thought I'd show myself for once. And,
on the spot.
Yeah, and Michelle's skills are amazing. Thank you, Jennifer, for everything, because you are the founder and just carry a lot. And thanks to Marlon for all the video editing, and so everything was amazing this year. So yeah, that's it.
All right, well, I apologize for the rough beginning and the swapped sessions, but next time we do this, which hopefully will never ever happen again like this, but if it does, I'll be good at it. But hopefully we'll see you in real life next March.